What is up, guys? It's me, Dusty Minister, back with another video for you guys of BAD Cup 3. We are going into part 7 of this tournament, and that means we are slowly getting closer and closer to the end results of this tournament. Guys, I have spoiler filter on right now. I'm going to talk about some games that happened in the last video, and I'm going to remove the spoilers very soon. So if you don't want the spoilers, go and watch the video before this one. But I will remove the spoiler filter in 3, 2, 1, go. So, very short here. Side versus Tornado. I don't think this was ever close. I think Side had a wrong approach to this matchup. And I also think that Tornado is just way too good to just being messed around with. Tornado is one of the best Tau players we have. So Side losing to him is not it is not a shame. It's just there's a lack of yeah, it's hard for Side to stand up against a player like Tornado. And therefore, Side goes down in the losers bracket and Tornado moves on. He's gonna meet Frenetic, who won against Romresis. I think game 1 was really, really one-sided, and I think game 2 at least showed signs um of hope for Romresis. But I'm not gonna lie, Romresis looks a little bit rusty. He had a really good and interesting yeah, he had a really good series against then Superman, that is. But even that one was a little questionable from time to time. And now Romresis is actually down in losers bracket, which is very normal when you go up against a player like Frenetic. But I just expect more from Romresis, to be honest. Again, I repeat this all the time when I criticize Romresis. I have him to some of the highest standards that you can find in Dawn of War pro games. So I think Romresis should be way better than this. But yeah, he sadly goes down in the losers bracket. He could still do a lot of damage down there, but yeah, this is sad for him. And then Tanya Filia versus Fiesta. I think this was I think this was very, very one-sided. I think in game 1, Fiesta actually did some stuff, but he just made map-wise some mistakes that Tanya Filia just instantly punished. And yeah, that also meant that Fiesta he kind of lost control of the early game. After that, his big mech got very low. He lost way too many units while decapping a relic. Like there was a lot of things that went wrong for him. And yeah, Tanya Filia he got the best of him. And then we also had Fallen City, which was just a complete disaster for Fiesta. And I also would question the map choices by Fiesta. However, the more I think about it, the more I actually think Tau has some good map choices against Orcs specifically when you look at the whole map pool. So I'm not exactly sure how it in practice actually went down. But yeah, that is kind of my I'm not in these ban phases when they ban out maps, but I could imagine it's kind of hard for Fiesta to find a truly good map against Tau because someone like Tanya Filia is not giving him the easy maps. So Fiesta goes down in losers bracket and Tanya Filia moves on. And then this crazy series. We've had so many 2-0s. Thank God we got this one. Bloody Monster versus Oblawa. That one was an absolute bloodbath. If you actually look at it, like the first game was very close. Oblawa could have easily won that. But he is going up against the best Necron player ever. And yeah, when you make small mistakes, you'll just lose. And Oblawa put a lot of pressure on Bloody Monster, like really, really brutal pressure. But yeah, he just couldn't break Bloody Monster. And yeah, that one went down on Bloody Monster's well, that went to Bloody Monster's favor. And that second game, Oblawa came in with a very disgusting tactic on outer reaches. which was smart by him, by the way. But yeah, I question why Out of Reaches even was a possibility for Oblawa to play. But then again, I'm not exactly sure how the map pool was being picked and banned in the ban phase. I can just tell you that Out of Reaches is really bad for Necrons if they lose map control in any way, and that can be very possible against an Eldar player like Oblawa. So Oblawa was kind of clean in that one. And then game 3, Bloody Monster had enough. He just completely destroyed Oblawa. Um, yeah, that was handedly, handedly destroyed Oblawa, and that was, yeah, that was brutal to watch, to be honest. So well played to Blood Monster. He moves on. Oblava goes down in a losers bracket, and he looks scary. He looks very, very scary. So we'll see how he will fare down in the losers bracket. And speaking of the losers bracket, let's get down to that one. That's going to be these games here. So I'm not going to go into these games that happened before. That is for a former video that I did where we actually went through these games. I've already covered what happened. So instead, we have Sova versus Destar, which already sounds fire. I think Oblava actually looks stronger. He looks more convincing than Destar does. But then again, I have not seen Destar gotten truly, truly tested. A lot of his games has just been complete bloodbaths. Um, and I don't see the big, yeah, I don't see the big picture yet. So the star is like kind of a question mark. Whereas Oblava, he just went up against Bloody Monster, and he could have easily picked out Bloody Monster, and then we would have Bloody Monster up against the star. So I think Oblava is very, very favored, or at least significantly favored. Fiesta versus Alacrovan. This one will be interesting because Fiesta had a real good performance against El Bandito, but I'm not like. But then he had a horrible series against Tanya Filia. And Alacrovan, he looks like a really, really solid player. In fact, he looks very, very solid. So, are we going to see the best of Fiesta, or are we going to see the worst? Um, we'll see. It depends on if it's the high highs of Fiesta. He definitely has a chance against Alacrovan. But if he's playing like he did against Tanya Filia, it's not going to be a fun experience for Fiesta. Romresis versus Warden. Now, Romresis is definitely favored in this one. I don't even question that. It's just Romresis looks very, yeah, he looks out of shape. Doesn't look like he is having too much of a good time in this tournament so far. But if Romresis just shows like 80% of his top level, he can beat Warden. And it says more about Romresis than it says about Warden. The thing is, we don't know yet, so we'll see what that one will go down. That's also an Eldar mirror. Then we got Side versus Forgotten. This one will be very, very interesting. This is the time for both of these players to prove who is actually the most solid player. Both Side and Forgotten has kind of had some either very hard matchups or kind of easy matchups. And we need to see them truly get tested here. Who will get kicked out and who will actually proceed further into the tournament. I think both players are kind of mid tier in this tournament, but Forgotten has definitely shown some signs that he can definitely do some damage, and same with Side. I just need them to prove more. And then Alix UK versus Deco. That sounds really brutal for Alex. Alex is a very strong IG player, but I'm not sure. Deco, I mean, there's a reason why Deco is down here, right? He lost to Tornado, but it's still Deco. And it's Elda versus IG. That sounds absolutely horrible for Alex. So we're gonna see how that one will fare down. But yeah, Alex, he needs to perform at the highest level against Deco. So we'll see how that one will fare down. And then Scouty versus then Superman. This one is interesting. I think both players has definitely shown signs of like superstardom. But then both players has also had some pretty nasty games where it didn't go their way. I think maybe then Superman is the most solid of them, but it's hard to say because then Superman didn't even play in the game before versus Workerman, who just left the tournament. Well, he would probably have stomped that, but the point is, like, we need to see more from then Superman. Scouty, he looks really solid, but he also looks like there is a little bit of weakness in his play. So then Superman is the true test. Yeah, we'll see how Scouty will fare in that one. Then Archigun versus Flazzo. I'm not sure. Archigun looks really, really strong to me. I know he went up against Master Yoba, but it's still Master Yoba, so I don't judge him for that. And Flazzo just kicked out El Bandito. Now, I'm not sure if this El Bandito looks kind of mental boomed in this tournament. There's a reason why he's out. But then again, I mean, I'm not sure. I think Flazzo actually was very, very solid. And it is Necrons versus Tau, so it is tough for El Bandito, but Flazzo looked kind of clean, to be honest. And so this matchup could be that one could go either way. Then Nameless versus Erenbeast. Now, Nameless has to really, really play some next level stuff if he's to win against Erenbeast, because this IG player that Nameless is going up against is not a player you mess around with. Erenbeast is one of the better IG players, if not the best IG player in the world. Maybe Master Yoba would pick up IG and he would be a better IG player. I think Eren would say that. But regardless of all the main IG players, Erenbeast is definitely the strongest of them all. So we're gonna look into Oblawa versus Destar, and then we are gonna cut through this whole thing. So let's get into it. The other 4 games over here is not being revealed right now, but we are also going to watch those. I'm gonna do a recap in the middle of this whole video so you can see what happened. So let's get into it, guys. Let's start with Oblawa versus Destar. Right, guys, so let's get into this. This is going to be Quest Triumph, Destar versus Oblawa. And this is one of Destar's favorite maps when he goes up against Eldar. We'll see what kind of opening he exactly does, but he usually goes with 3 Slugger Boys, and sometimes he goes all the way with a wall banner, but we'll see here. Oblawa, he starts on the left-hand side. He goes for Bone Singer, 2 Guardians, Fleet of Foot, Aspect Portal, and Plasma Generator. We'll probably get Dark Reapers to actually capture this point to actually make sure that there is some sort of map control here for Eldar and they don't lose the map too fast. There's 5 points in this one. Obviously, it's Quest Triumph. Destar not going for 3 Slugger Boys here. He is, however, still going for the wall banner, so he's going to do some very, very offensive tactics here. Usually how he does it is that he captures this and then he runs over here to do some very, very early engagement in here. These shooter boys will capture this, and then these guys will probably take this, and then walk over here and take this. But we'll see. It's not as good map control as with 3 Slugger Boys. 3 Slugger Boys would capture the map faster, but it is definitely more consistent damage if you have shooter boys with the big mech for sure. So both players just capturing their points and increasing their economy significantly. But as you can see, Destar is trying to snack this one. As soon as this big mech and shooter boys is ready to go, they'll join the party over here. Even the Gretchens will get in here and do some annoying stuff potentially. Okay, so we actually got Rangers instead. That's interesting from Oblawa. Usually you see Dark Reapers in this matchup. But Farsi, on the other hand, is really, really normal to go in this matchup. And Rangers are definitely not useless in this matchup. It's just usually we see Dark Reapers. Okay, so Destar just immediately teleported over here with his Big Mech. Big Mech obviously detects these Rangers. He got stealth detection in his build as a commander. So far, nothing weird happening in this one. Destar is very desperately trying to get this, and he will. When he does this, he'll probably get a wall banner or two in here, so he's gonna double, triple down on this one. However, now the Farseers in here, these Rangers are getting well controlled here by Oblawa, so he doesn't throw them away. And this is one of the reasons why Farseer is so good against the Big Mech. Her Mind War is so good against the Big Mech. He's very, very squishy. Big Mech is strong because he deals stupid damage, but his HP is really, really bad. Okay, so Farseer is just gonna tie up these shooter boys really, really good. Destar is definitely doubling down on this, but I feel like, yeah, so Oblawa tried to go over here and actually capture this. But I feel like Destar needs to get over here because he's actually really under pressure over here. He needs to defend this at all cost. And it's going to be hard for him because he does not have generators to actually upgrade this listening post. Or at least not yet. He's going to get extra shooter boys. This is why he goes for the wall banner, so he can just reinforce and go completely ballistic here. This Farseer is really problematic. Big Mech tries to tie up these Eldar units, but they are way faster than him with fleet of foot. Nice control here by Oblawa. Shooter Boy is trying to get into the mix, but look at these Guardians. They're so hard reinforced. The economy for Destar is really good, 92 to +0. Whereas Oblawa has horrible economy, but look at his army on the other hand. It's really, really powerful.
We are taking damage.
Good grenades here, really, really solid grenades here from Oblawa. It's gonna be really brutal here for Destar. He cannot win this matchup or this fight right here. Look at all these Guardians, look at the Rangers, look at the Dark Reapers. This is so brutal for Destar. He's gonna have to yeah, he's gonna have to let go of this area. Another White Wall coming down for Destar. Or coming down to the Big Mech. Looks like Destar wants another fight, and he might be able to now that he has the Storm Boys here. But this listening post is for sure going down. And loads of Guardians dying here. Good engagement in here by Destar. But he's gonna lose this listening post, or is he? Because he's definitely gonna contest this. Now, Farseer is defending really, really well. Oblawa's economy is getting worse and worse, so he cannot... It's not getting worse and worse, but it's not improving. So he cannot afford losing his Eldar units. He has to constantly micro them. Farseer is also getting very, very, very low. Good Psychic Storm, by the way. I didn't talk about this. So these Storm Boys are taking stupid damage here. Good grenades again. However, these Rangers are going down. The whole thing got wiped. Oh my god. Now these Guardians are getting really, really focused, but Matt Destar is definitely losing some units here. Yeah, Destar needs to get the hell out of here. Look at his Big Mech. It's so low. So many Eldar units again. God damn it. Okay, so Destar is getting his, he's definitely getting his upgrades and stuff. But look at this. A complete engagement in here. Look at all these shooter boys just dying, including the Big Mech. The Gretchens has to join the party. They have to tie up these Dark Reapers. But even the Gretchens are getting completely obliterated. They're so squishy against its Eldar. Oh my god, everything falls apart for Destar. Or are they? Because now the Storm Boys are getting in here. But one Shooter Boy squad got completely obliterated. Shooter Boys desperately trying to tie up these Dark Reapers. No listing post being upgraded here. There's no time. There's no resources for it. Destar looks like he's slowly falling apart here. Eldar's just kiting. Eldar's just, even low-key, just facing these orcs. They don't care because they are all dying right now. And it's over for Destar. He's out of this tournament. Oblawa, solid performance by him. That is for sure. So, yeah, I'm kind of shocked by this. So this gameplay by Destar is usually kind of risky, because obviously, as you could see here, it doesn't necessarily go his way. If if Eldar sees this, that Eldar's losing both sides here, and Orcs is trying to defend these points here, and just reinforcing 24/7, what you have to do is just match them. And yeah, Oblawa knew that. He went heavy into Guardian reinforcements, and he had Rangers and Dark Reapers, 2 Dark Reapers in the end, actually. And, he was really good at microing his Eldar units. If Eldar lose too much here, they'll just, yeah, they'll be in trouble because their economy are so low for the whole game. Yeah, I don't think Oblawa ever got beyond 68 plus 10. Some people will say this is because Eldar is broken, and I would kind of agree with them. Like, normally you wouldn't be able to play with this kind of resources, but if you micro your units really well, they're also relatively cheap for absolutely no reason, in my opinion. But yeah, if you play really, really good, like Oblawa did, and Destar making some few mistakes here and there, it just means that Oblawa takes the, yeah, he basically just takes the game. I definitely think that Destar desperately tried to take it, like, to hold this area here, but I think he did that because that was basically his whole strategy. If this goes to the bin, his strategy literally doesn't work. He also tried to build a generator and then get the pile of guns, but he couldn't really take advantage of it because the upgrades was upgrading an orc army that was already getting killed left and right. And then the power wasn't being used either because there was not enough requisition to actually upgrade these listening posts. Because, again, the orc army was just constantly dying. So yeah, really, really well played to Oblawa. I think he punished Destar for his strategy, and he kind of knew exactly what he had to do. So that was well played. Destar is sadly out of this tournament, but this is what happens when you play up against a really, really strong Eldar player like Oblawa. So well played to him. He takes the game. Yeah, so let's move on to the other, let's move on to the matchup that is going to decide who Oblawa is going up against. So let's get that one. All right, guys. So that series that's going to decide who Oblawa is going up against is this one. So again, a best of 1, just like everything down in the losers bracket. We got Fiesta going up against Alacrovan on Deadly Fun Archaeology. So Fiesta, he starts on the left-hand side. He goes for 2 Slugger Boys and a Gretchen. The Boys Hot and, yeah, Generator. So standard opening will go for Shooter Boys and Big Mac right after. And then Alacrovan, he starts on the right-hand side. He goes for Heretic and 3 Cultists, builds a Chaos Temple, and goes immediately for Space Marines. No Generator, because you can't afford going Generator against Orcs in general. It's very, very risky, at least. Orcs have a tendency to be kind of aggressive against, against Chaos, because they can't afford Chaos to just go freely into tier 2. So Orcs always likes to be a little aggressive, especially because the Cultists are a little weak in terms of HP, I should say, and then the Heretics are very, very squishy, so. But yeah, we'll see. I think this map might be a little bit Orc favored. They get better map control through their capturing speed. They are also stronger in the early game, so on a map that is very contest heavy, like Outer Reaches, like this map, Deadly Fun Archaeology, it can get a little tough, but we'll see here. Alacrovan is now fighting these Slugger Boys for sure, and these Cultists looks like they're walking up here to actually capture this. And obviously Chaos Lord is getting out here. Big Mick is also closing in here. Alright, so these Slugger Boys are just chilling. They're just running around here, I guess. Trying to find some Heretic or something to decap, I guess. Decapping would be really, really greedy, even for a strategic point. Looks like this Heretic is just running into the Slugger Boys for free. Not a bit of a mistake here by Alacrovan. It's actually shocking that this heretic survives. I think Slugger Boys could just go in range here. This kind of mismanagement here by Fiesta. However, he definitely took over this area here, so these cultists has to leave. But this is a whole Slugger Boy squad just going to nothing. That was really not good. Big Meg is obviously out here. And now Fiesta is going to try and do his thing over here. See here how Alacrovan responds. He sees this Orc army. He's going to go down with his Chaos Space Marines. However, Chaos Lord is walking over here. Okay, looks like Fiesta just teleported over here. I think this might actually be a very, very good decap. I also like that this Big Meg is detached here, so he can actually focus some of these heretics. He might actually kill both of them. Nicely done here by Fiesta. I kind of mess with this. And he actually secures this area anyway. I like that. Good early game here by Fiesta anyway. I was very questionable with these Slugger Boys, but I kind of like this play on the other hand. However, Alacrovan definitely has a strong army at this point. 2 Space Marine squads here. And now these Slugger Boys are kind of in an awkward position here. Alacrovan, his economy is 62 to +0. So still stuck at requisition income. Meanwhile, Fiesta is 92 to +10, so he's definitely ahead in economy without a doubt. However, Chaos Lord is getting into the mix here. Not so good because he actually slows units here. Okay, good. Alacrovan is kinda in trouble, but only kinda. He's definitely killing some orcs. But orcs is slowly accumulating some power here. Fiesta's economy is pretty good. He got what he needed to get. He's getting this listing post. Or he got this pile of guns and the listing post. And now big shooters are also coming in. Yeah, Alacrovan is just stuck on one less strategic point. Let's see here what Fiesta is cooking here. I think this Big Mech should be detached. I'm not even sure why he goes for the Knot Leader. I think he should just detach the Big Mech. And then have the Slugger Boys capture this instead. So he actually can get all the firepower with the Big Mech in one place. And then let the Slugger Boys do the capturing. But it's like small things. Storm Boys are also getting in here. Let's see here. So Alacrovan, I didn't talk about it, but he got Chaos Armory. He gets plasma guns, and now he's getting the generator here. So Alacrovan has a pretty strong army, but Orcs has just a strong army. He's also going in here. Oh, grenade launchers also into the mix. That's good. That's very, very much needed. Good listening post here. Yeah, Fiesta needs to be very, very careful. He doesn't overextend. And he kind of does. These Storm Boys are definitely getting way, 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 way too deep. Shooter Boys getting into the mix. Storm Boys luckily gets out. But some Shooter Boys are definitely dying in the mix. But no big shooters are dying in this process. Oh, I spoke too soon, I guess. Yeah, one big shooter also went down there.
6 minutes until taking hold victory.
These Shooter Boys needs to get the hell out of here. This critical location is definitely getting decapped. But at what cost? This is so many Shooter Boys just dying for no apparent reason. This is so brutal by Fiesta. Oh my god, this is the kind of stuff that's definitely potentially game losing. Good catch here by Alacrovan. But Fiesta is trying his best to do something again, I guess. I don't think he'll make it anyway. I'm not sure what he's trying to achieve here. Maybe he's going for a generator or something. I don't know. Fiesta just lost like 80% of his whole army. Alacrovan's economy is slowly getting stronger and stronger. 86 to +20. His army is really, really good. The whole Slugger Boy squad just got completely removed. at this point, Fiesta can actually just walk up here, no joke. Yeah, he can destroy this listing post, and I would say that this pile of guns cannot feel safe either. What's Fiesta cooking here? 97 to plus 20. Getting another generator. He is tier 2 in terms of population cap. I think he will go for vehicles. These Storm Boys are just messing around here, dying left and right, to be honest. Yeah, now Chaos is walking up here. Pile of guns lost is really, really detrimental. Anyone losing their armory like this is really, really not having a good time. Good play here by Alacrovan. He punishes Fiesta really, really hard. Fiesta tries badly to do some kind of counterattack here. Looks like he has actually jumping in with his big mech. He's getting more and more Storm Boys, also getting this big mech shop. War trucks is definitely the answer here, or at least one war truck, and then maybe he can get into war tracks.
What can we do for you? Where's the fastest enemy?
Yes, there's just kind of losing units everywhere, to be honest. He's trying to do an engagement in here, but I do not think that... Okay, these cultists are actually kind of AFK. No, they're not. There's so many grenade launchers right here. Shooter boys are just basically dying left and right. And Alacrovan is winning on every single front in this one. Fiesta is trying to decap this one. He needs to get the hell out of here. Otherwise, he's going to lose even more Storm Boys. Okay, however, the war truck is now in the mix. Alacrovan, he is tier 2 himself. I can see that. So this means that he's machine pitting. He's machine pitting. That's a new word. Looks like Fiesta is trying to, through sheer mobility, to just flank Chaos. And this is probably a good idea because there's no Rhino right now. However, that Rhino will definitely come in very, very soon. Big Mech should walk up here and actually kill these cultists here. And a decap is possible here. Good. Okay, good engagement in here by Fiesta. Not sure why Alacrovan walked up like this. Okay, big pressure here by Fiesta. This is really, really good. Where's his pile of guns? He rebuilt it here. Good. Really, really good.
Victory countdown has begun.
It's good that Fiesta just went tier 2 instead of just doubling down on his strategy, because he was losing the early game really, really badly. These shooter boys dying for no apparent reason. Okay, looks like he's doubling or tripling down here. But he's losing everything potentially over here. Good attack here from Alacrovan. This heavy bolter turret is for sure going down. More tracks now getting into the mix. That's good. But who's stopping this Hell Talon, however? These war trucks needs to get out. Good choice to go for the Hell Talon here. Knobs into the mix. But look at this. Fiesta's losing everything, bro. What the hell is going on here? Alacrovan is just relentless here. Yeah, this Hell Talon is focusing the War Banner. Why is that? Well, because they're squishy, and yet they're very, very valuable to orcs. Oh my god, this is brutal. More War Banners are going down. How many War Banners is going down now? Fiesta is really, really low in terms of population, 35. Oh, he's losing his pile of guns again. This is unplayable. This is literally unplayable. I know orcs definitely decap these areas here. And Alacrovan's economy is really bad, 62 to plus 60. So the power is actually really, really solid. But orcs' economy is not like ridiculous. 104 to plus 20. And look at this army that is just getting bombarded by this Hell Talon here. Oh, but it's getting repaired here. This Hell Talon is maybe going to go down. It's not hitting the mark. Yeah, now it needs to get out. Oh my god, that was... It's a very chaotic game with few mistakes here and there. I love it. Every time I watch Alacrovan games, they always seem to go like this. They are just complete bloodbaths. I absolutely love it. Looks like Alacrovan tries to take this, but his cultist is not surviving this. This is a whole wipe. I love it. Hey, Defiler's also out. This is very much a back and forth. Oh my god, both these heretics got completely destroyed. The sacrificial circle needs to get cancelled ASAP. It does. But looks like these orcs are gonna take such a beating right here. However, the knobs are now getting into the mix. The Wartrack is in here. The Wartruck is in here. Defiler is in the back line. Okay, Chaos Predator is getting out here. That's good. Oh my god, these Storm Boys are getting completely destroyed here. The whole thing goes down. Or does it? They're right out of range. But look at these Shooter Boys. Look at everything that's going down here. Oh my god, there's such a bloodbath. We need some AV very, very soon for Chaos. Otherwise, he can't deal with these Wartracks. However, Orcs is stuck at 35 population. This is, I cannot stress this. This is so bad for Orcs. This is terrible for Orcs. Alacrovan losing cultists left and right is definitely hurting him. He cannot secure this strategic point whatsoever. And he needs AV. But it still doesn't change the fact that Orcs is so behind in population that they need to use so much resource to even rebuild themselves. And even if they do that, they need the pile of guns on top of all that. Storm Boys getting caught out potentially here.
3 minutes until take and hold victory.
Fiesta has both control area victory and take and hold. Problem is, I'm not sure. Oh my god, what a teleport in here, blocking the Chaos Predator, but it's not going to go down just yet. Or is it? Because we just saw a stun here from the Big Mech. These Storm Boys are trying to kill these cultists. But the cultist will succeed to actually decap this. Nicely done here. The take and hold was getting a little too close here to actually be a problem for Alacrovan. So he reacts fast and actually stops the take and hold. This Wartruck, speaking of reacting fast, this Wartruck is just dying. And these Shooter Boys are just dying left and right here as well. Looks like Fiesta tries to respond by just going deeper and deeper. These snobs are very, very tanky at this point. They can deal with these Chaos Marines to some extent. But then the Rhinos are being a problem here. These Wartracks needs to get repaired ASAP. Now going for this Defiler. Nicely done here by Fiesta. These Tank Busters, however, needs to be very, very careful. They're going to go for the Rhino. Okay, it looks like Fiesta is trying to do a little bit of a backdoor here, go for the plasma generators. But at what cost? There's so many knobs that's just dying. So much firepower from Chaos. And yeah, Fiesta needs to run for the hills here. Alacrovan have so many heavy bolters with brutal upgrades. He can do so much damage to even the knobs. Good disruption here from these Wartracks, but the Hell Talon is going to be a nightmare for them. Storm Boys are also jumping into the mix. This Rhino is still problematic. And speaking of problems, we have now a dead Big Mech. The whole thing goes down. Knobs are dying. Storm Boys are getting wiped. It's complete disaster here for Fiesta. He's trying to do something with the Tank Busters, but Alacrovan this time is controlling his Hell Talon. And now even the cultist is getting in melee here against these Tank Busters, tying them up. Nicely done here. Looks like Fiesta actually got this. That's funny. His economy is better. Well, in terms of requisition. But he just used so much time in rebuilding this whole thing. Yeah, and Fiesta is losing everything here. Good punish. Really, really good punish here. More health talents are getting in here. There's not enough AV from Fiesta to actually deal with this. Yeah, Wartrack goes down. And another War Banner is under siege here. Yeah, this War Banner is going down. The Big Mech shot will definitely go down as well. There's nothing stopping this onslaught here of Alacrovan here. I have no idea how Fiesta is going to make a comeback here. But we see the typing, and we know what that usually means, guys. It means that Fiesta is leaving the game. GG to Alacrovan. He takes this one. I'm going to fast forward because the game is basically over. Okay, so I think it's pretty clear to me why Fiesta lost this one. Alacrovan made some few mistakes, and Fiesta kind of did some crazy stuff that kind of gave me hope for Fiesta to actually do some stuff. But overall, I think Alacrovan just played better. He even was tier 3 at this point, by the way. Yeah, I just think Alacrovan just punished Fiesta really, really badly. So many shooter boys dying. So many Storm Boys dying, just overextending randomly here and there. I don't know how many times I said, oh my god, these guys got caught, or these guys got completely obliterated. That's a wipe. I said that several times because Fiesta he just went face first, and I know he's playing orcs, okay? It's really, I mean, it's very law-friendly that orcs is just gonna bash and fight and fight and bash and fight even more. But I mean, yeah, there's limitations to that in Dawn of War. I think Alacrovan played really, really patient and really well. He definitely looked like he was losing the map, but he played patient. He got the armory, and then he was able to actually respond. Yeah, and then this pile gun going down, that was already a really bad sign for Fiesta. But what was even more detrimental, and actually what completely broke the game, even like the game was already looking bad for Fiesta. He lost so much stuff, from all his army to just pile of guns here. But what really broke the game was when Alacrovan went over here and just destroyed so much, like completely destroyed it. And I don't think Fiesta had any opportunity to recover. He never actually recovered. And when he got close to recovering, it just wasn't enough, because by then Alacrovan was getting stronger and stronger. He even got tier 3, and there's just no way for Fiesta to make a comeback against that. So really, really well played to Alacrovan. He looks solid. Like, I'm not saying he's favored against Oblawa, but he definitely looks solid. That is for sure. He looks kind of scary, to be honest, Alacrovan. But Oblawa is going to be a tough one, so we're going to see that. We're going to see that later in this video. But yeah, guys, let's get to the next series. This one was fire. Let's get to the other one. All right, guys. So in this one, we got Warden, aka Inheria. Going up against Romresis, we have Eldar versus Eldar on Tranquility's End Remastered. On the bottom hand side, we got Warden. He goes for Bone Singer, 3 Guardians, and Fleet of Foot. Aspect Portal and Plasma Generator will 100% go for a Rangers. Although we have definitely seen Romresis go for Farseer. That didn't look too good, but we'll see. Anything can happen in this matchup. It's really, really crazy. We could see what he goes here. He'll probably go Rangers. He does indeed. And then on the top hand side, we got Romresis. Romresis does the exact same opening, it seems. Yeah. With Rangers as well. No Farseer this time. So obviously 3 Guardians, because this is Grenade build order. That is the best approach in this matchup. So both Guardians for Romresis is actually capturing the outer points. And kind of the same goes for Warden. He captures his outer points first.
We return from
Let's see here. This is a very important game for both of them, and for obvious reason, this game will decide if any of these players will get kicked out or actually moves on. But I think especially for a player like Romresis, he has to show that he is still a guy who got it. He shows signs of brilliance, but he also shows signs of, yeah,
Success.
him kind of being a little bit out of shape for his standards. So it looks like Warden, he wants to walk up here. Let's hope that, yeah, good. So Romresis doesn't, he does secure his listing shrine. Like, I should never doubt this, but Romresis has done some mistakes here and there, so sometimes you never know. Good engagement in here by, yeah, good engagement here by Romresis. Very much a big fight here. Both players just tying each other up. Problem is with Romresis, he actually didn't tie these ranger squads up in time, so now morale is dropped. Ooh. Looks like Warden actually did some significant damage here. He needs to get the hell out of here. Good interruption with this relic. Meanwhile, he's getting his relic. And also, he's kicking out Romresis from this side. It's really, really solid play so far by Warden.
Our strength returns.
However, Warden needs to get the hell out of here. He does not want to lose too much. Good grenade, however.
Enemy fire. Take the battle.
Also hitting these rangers. It's good so far. Looking kind of solid here from Warden. Good ranger kill here.
The enemy is near.
So Warden is
Incoming
definitely
enemy
floating a little bit unnecessarily. He should build this for sure. He can also soon build this one. But he still have a plot map over here.
success
Romresis is very, very much under pressure here. He's getting tied up here.
lies with us.
But he chooses to tie up these rangers as well. And they get hit again, these guardians. Morale drop 100% here. Good grenades, however. Warden needs to be careful that he doesn't overextend here. Romresis is just patient here. He wipes a whole guardian squad. This doesn't look good for Warden. He needs to get the hell out of here, honestly. Yeah, 3 guardians on the front line here. They're not going to do anything. They're just going to die inevitably. I'm not sure why Warden, he keeps on fighting this. There's no reason to overstay. He doesn't even have warlocks at this point. Yeah, Romresis, he's for sure winning this situation here. A massive throw here by Warden, to be honest. 62 plus 10 for Romresis, but he has the way stronger army. Now Warden building this support platform, okay. Getting the plasma generator.
We are taking damage.
Yeah. I mean, he's forced to play this support platform here because otherwise Romresis will just run him down. Instead, Warden wants out of his bed. This is complete suicidal here. I don't know what this kamikaze mission here is, but that's another Guardian squad wiped.
The time for war is nigh.
I don't think, no. One does not have a single Guardian squad left.
Danger has found us. Me to build. We return.
He basically just threw them all away. Meanwhile, Romresis made sure that they didn't, at least when they were very low, that he didn't just throw them away. And now he has 3 plasma generators, Romresis, just like Warden. Will he go for tier 2? His economy is really, really bad. 62 to plus 30.
We seek
I know Eldar can get away with low economy, like, yeah, they can get away with low economy more than any other race, but it's just really not good to have 68 to plus 30 for Eldar this late in the game.
danger has found
At
us.
least Warden has better economy for sure. That will change. Romresis is getting the critical locations.
You cannot imagine what we
And Warden basically can't get out of his base. At least he upgraded this listing shrine. Romresis also secured this area, now building a listing shrine. Let's see here. Romresis will not find the Soul Shrine in time. And I guess this is why he goes for the Soul Shrine. He knows that he cannot afford to be behind in tech. Good harass here. Killing these Bone Singers would be really, really good. A Bone Singer's armor type is actually kind of good against Rangers. Well, they still die, but for how squishy a Bone Singer usually is, these Rangers should be able to one-shot them, but they don't. I think it's infantry low or something that these Bone Singers have. And yeah, Rangers basically deals really bad damage against that. Harlequin's now out for Warden. Warden is a tiny bit ahead in tech. He has the support portal already. Optics coming in for both players, I would assume. Fire Dragon's coming in for Warden. He definitely expects vehicles. Yes, Warden is in here, just gonna completely obliterate these Guardians. They need to get the hell out. It's a disgusting unit, the Harlequin. Looks like we have an engagement in here. Warden is taking some damage, but he's definitely doing even more damage himself. He has the Falcon in here. Romresis is gonna lose this Guardian squad for sure. Now these Fire Dragons are in the mix here. Good push here by Warden. But he lacks stealth detection. His Harlequin needs to get over here. The Romresis 98 to plus 40 here. We have a new engagement in here. One wants to jump in here. The Romresis is ready with his own Fire Dragons here. Now Wall Spiders are getting in here. Romresis looks like he's in a really, really good spot here. Yeah, and he even has significantly better economy than Warden.
Thank you for delivering us.
One of the reasons is obviously that the critical location has been captured by Romresis. That alone gives him plus 12 in requisition. Okay. This Falcon is probably going down, honestly. Oh my god, that was so close. Harlequin is getting into the mix. Absolutely obliterating these Rangers here. But for how long she's dying herself. Okay, good.
We shall not fail the craft world again.
Wall Spiders coming in for both sides.
We are taking damage.
Thank you for delivering us safely.
Now it's Romresis who's on the offense here. Warden jumps in here, but I'm not sure if that is a good idea here. He's getting grenaded. Falcon is getting in here, but it's definitely taking too much damage by Warden here. Oh, and these Guardians are just in a kamikaze mission. A little bit of a mistake here by Romresis. But he jumps over here. Good flanking here. Good usage of the Falcon. One has to respond himself. He does. And in comes the Watch Spiders here. This Falcon could go down. It's very, very close. No. Romresis gets out in time. Oh, this very much is actually a back and forth. Good grenade here.
We must retreat to the webway.
These Rangers almost died. I think Romresis could have 100% finished this one off. Not sure why he didn't. Maybe he was afraid of some overextension. Okay, so this Ranger went down anyway. Good. To be fair, in hindsight, one should have gotten out of here. I know he went for this critical location for a reason, but...
Strike quickly while our enemy slumbers.
Warp Spider's just really, really starting to ramp up on both sides. Romresis, however, looks like he has the better army, especially due to the Rangers. Global increase here for Romresis. Getting webway gate so he can actually get more population cap.
We are assuming combat formation again.
I have a feeling we'll get a very, very big fight very, very soon, and it's going to be very, very close. Okay, pick, jump in here. Both players are just gonna go completely nuts. These Rangers are getting completely obliterated here. These Fire Dragons are really, really much in trouble here. What the hell is going on? Wall Spiders are just blasting each other, but this Wall Spider is down in negative cover. They need to be very, very careful. Huge, but now these Romresis tried to tie up one of these Wall Spiders, and they got completely destroyed here. But I think Romresis is winning this one. It's very much a bang and forth. It's not completely clear. Even this listing shrine is in here to the fight. This Falcon is definitely doing his work, but it's going down. I think one needs to get the hell out of here. Oh, will Romresis fight him? I think he can jump in, to be honest. He's gonna hunt him down here. A little careful with pathing, though. An important win here for Romresis. Really important thing. Very important that he actually got that win. Looks like he actually rebuilt his ranger squads. Okay, Wraith Lord's coming in for Warden. I kind of mess with that. Bright Lances would be good in this situation.
We are ready to deliver death to the enemy.
Okay. Good catch here for Romresis here. The only problem with this Wraith Lord against a Falcon is that the Falcon has really, really good mobility. And the Wraith Lord is rather slow, so Fire Dragons with a Falcon itself would also be really, really good. Looks like Romresis is actually on the offense on both sides. Oh, he almost destroyed this listing shrine. I swear he could have finished that without losing his Falcon whatsoever. Hey, good push here by Romresis. No critical location captured yet. Romresis has really solid economy here. He's getting Wraith Lords himself.
We return to defend the craft world.
Romresis just want to see what's going on over here.
Falcon at your command.
You have need.
Okay. Okay, good jump in here by Warden, but immediately the Rangers gets in here on the Falcon. Nice disengagement in here by Romresis. He doesn't overstay for any reason. Good reaction on him. No reason to overstay. Looks like Warden wants to go in here and actually have a little bit of a fight. Ooh, the D-cannon coming in here for Romresis. If Warden really wants this fight, it needs to be now or never. Looks like these Wall Spiders taking loads of damage here. Warden actually jumps in here. He's going to focus these Rangers. They're going to get completely obliterated here. The Wraith Lords are going to jump in here. The D-cannon is not up yet. It's very much a back and forth right now. However, this Wall Spider squad gets really, really heavily damaged here. Wraith Lords are just bashing each other. But look what's happening here. The D-cannon is in here. One Wraith Lord is getting down. The other Wraith Lord is 100% in trouble here. It's going to get destroyed very, very soon. Harlequin will go on the front line, but I'm not sure if she survives. Hell no, she doesn't survive. However, Warden is trying to do his best here. He's doing a heavy push here. This Harlequin needs to get in here for sure. This Wraith Lord is so low. Yeah, Warden just can't break Romresis. This negative cover is also being really annoying. Harlequin is dying again. This D-cannon probably is the reason why Romresis won so convincingly. Yeah, Warden is down a point. He is down a point. What is his economy? 85 to plus 50. There is no way he can play on this economy against Romresis here. Romresis is actually getting Guardians. That's good, so he can actually capture critical locations, or maybe even this one. It's always good to have cap units to at least make sure that you can increase your economy just slightly when you are perma-fighting like this. That's why you don't want to throw away your kappa units just like that. Looks like Warden, he wants to throw a Hail Mary. He's jumping in here, gonna focus this Wall Spider again. But look at the other Wall Spider from Warden. Looks like Romresis is gonna put the final nail in the coffin. One Wall Spider from Romresis is almost going down here, but Warden only has 2 Warp Spiders left here. This game is probably over. Warden cannot sustain this whatsoever, and he calls the GG, and Romresis takes the game. Well played by Romresis.
Strike quickly while our enemy.
Honestly, I think this came down to what happened in the other game. I think this suicide mission here from Warden was just really pointless. When he went in very, very deep and just very much suicided half of his army just straight up. That meant that he literally didn't have kappa units, especially later on when Romresis started doing a counterattack and stuff. It got really awkward really quickly for Warden. And I think that at some point he was always, because of that, behind. And even though Romresis definitely looked rusty, like he definitely does like weird stuff here and there, or he doesn't quite look like the Romresis that I know, and that the community knows is one of the best Eldar players that we have, at least historically. Well, yeah, even though he looks rusty, I mean, if you give him a finger or two, he's gonna take the whole arm. And I think Romresis just never truly left his foot off the gas pedal. There was few moments where it didn't look too good, but I felt like he was never truly in trouble. Warden definitely pushed him, but yeah, I love when Warp Spiders gets into the mix. I love the jumping around and stuff. It's really, really fun. This was one of the better mirror matches that we had in this tournament. So yeah, nicely done here by Romresis. I like that Warden went out with a bang. He tried his best, but just too many mistakes. And against a player like Romresis, you just don't survive. So well played to Romresis. He moves on. Warden is out of the tournament. Let's see who Romresis' opponent is going to be. Let's get into it. Okay, guys. So that opponent for Romresis is going to be found in this best of 1 right here between Forgotten and Side. Necrons versus Space Marines. I said initially in this video that this matchup is going to be interesting because I felt like both players either has been overwhelmed by their opponent who is significantly better than them, or they have not been truly tested. And I think this matchup will be a true test on each other's skills, and it's going to be interesting to see how this one will fare down. On the right hand side, we got Forgotten. He goes for 2 Scarabs, and then a Necron Warrior, and then 2 Scarabs right after. So low economy, probably early turret. We love the Forgotten special. This is what he does. This is what he always does, actually. And on the left hand side, okay, interesting. I think 1, 2. Yeah, this is 4 Scout build order. Or 4 Scout opening, I should say. This is a really, really good opening against Necrons, I think, especially if you do some early harass. He probably wanted to capture this, but he notices that that is impossible, so he has to play on another side here. He's going to go for this Scarab, because otherwise it's just going to decap this. Going to kill this Scarab. That's good. And then he goes for the Force Commander. Okay. Yeah, he has to go for the Force Commander, by the way, because otherwise it'll be kind of clunky, and he's gonna... Yeah, he's gonna have a delayed Force Commander if he goes 4 Scouts. Okay. So obviously really... Yeah, really interesting opening here for Forgotten. He always does this. I'm not exactly sure why he sometimes surprises people, but then other times he gets super, super punished. But at least here, he's ready for anything that's going to be a counterattack. He gets early Necron Warriors, and I know that that will delay some of his Scarabs to build plasma generators and stuff. But I think he'll take that trade any day. Map pressure against Space Marines is really good. So if we see here, Space Marines 56 to +0. A little awkward early game here for Side because he cannot get anything over here of any significance without having to take a lot of damage from this turret. He needs some Space Marine squad and then a Skull Probe to actually deal with this. Because he can't really go into Necron's base. They'll just be ready for the scouts to come. Yeah, so kind of decent early game here by Forgotten, I'm not gonna lie. I'm usually not a fan of this style that he makes, but to be honest, sometimes it works. Some will argue, well, that's because the player he's playing against is not good enough. Maybe, but winning against that player also counts. That is for sure. So this strategic point was tried to be, like, Side tried to capture it, and it definitely didn't work. Good on Forgotten to just not give it away for some random reason. Looks like Forgotten, he wants to double down here. He does not want to lose his obelisk. Now in comes the Necrolord. Okay. I'm not sure here how Side is going to defend this. His scouts is literally not strong enough to deal with these Necron warriors, but maybe his answer is then to go into Forgotten space. Necrolord is not going to do anything. This fortification here should not be finished because, okay, it's very close to going down, and it will go down. Space Marines, 2 Space Marine squads is also in the mix. Yeah, Forgotten doesn't even see that these scouts are actually destroying his Builder Scarabs. That's a little worrisome. That's because he goes all in on defending this front. He does not want to lose it. He's also attacking here. Okay, he at least turns around. He cannot throw stuff away like that. Side's force commander is very low for absolutely no reason. We need a Skull Probe ASAP. Plasma generator being built here by Side. Yeah, Side is going to lose this side. Okay, no pun intended, actually. Okay, now trying to regain this position here. But again, this Ghost Herd keeps on being a problem. Both commanders really low. Necrolord needs to be careful that he doesn't overstay. I still don't get why Side is not getting some Skull Probe here or anything like that. If he wants to take down this Ghost Herd, he should definitely get a Skull Probe. It would have saved him potentially countless of Space Marines and maybe even Force Commander HP. This Necron Warrior squad has been rather effective, actually. Looks like Forgotten wants to double down here. Yeah, he's getting the Flayed Ones. Is he spamming Flayed Ones? He is. He did this against Bogig when Bogig went all in on Space Marine squads. However, I would say Bogig definitely went even more all in than Side is doing here. Side is doing a more conservative version of that. And this Necron Lord is not taking damage because of the sync kill here. Good on Forgotten to get the hell out of here. He just needs to not overstay, but the Flayed Ones will definitely be good frontliners. The Necron Warrior is a little mismicroed here. Yeah, more Flayed Ones. This is good from Side. Or Forgotten, I should say. Looks like we have a little delay here on Side. He is not building this plasma generator for some Forgotten. Or for some reason. But speaking of Forgotten, he's losing his Necron Lord. That's really bad.
He who stands with me shall be my brother.
I mean, the Necron Lord was definitely low, but there's no reason to throw him away like that. He could have easily been over here, destroyed a plasma generator or something, annoy Space Marines way better. But still doesn't change the fact that Forgotten has taken over on this side. If we look at economy for Space Marines here, it's not that good. 85 to plus 20. Gets another Space Marine squad. We know what happens when you just spam Space Marine squads against Forgotten. And you don't have any options either. Which is just Flayed One spam. And Forgotten is looking. He's looking like he's chilling. He's getting another plasma generator here. Okay, good grenades here. There's some good upgrades for sure on Space Marines here. But they need tier 2. In fact, they are tier 2. That's good. Machine Cult getting into the mix. That's really, really good, in fact. Tier 2 is definitely needed right now against Forgotten. Otherwise, it's going to go really, really badly. And even though Side is definitely behind in economy, like really behind in economy, because he's going to lose this very soon. 74 to plus 20. That is horrible economy for a tier 2 Space Marines. He doesn't even have any power. 74 to plus 20. He's probably losing this plasma generator potentially. And yeah, he doesn't gain that much either because he's trying to repair this. Yeah, now this plasma generator is going down. This is horrible economy. I know that he's tier 2, and I know he has a pretty strong economy. Oh, sorry, he has a strong army. But look at Forgotten. He's plus 80. That's really good economy. Meanwhile, Side is just trying to make sure that he doesn't lose everything. By the way, he needs a Rhino ASAP. He is getting a Rhino here, Side. That's good. Chaplain is very, very good in this situation, especially in this matchup. Chaplain is always good, but he's really good against races like... yeah, he's really good against Necrons. Again, not sure. He's just having this plasma generator queued up. Okay. He was just gonna finish this repair here. Okay, so Side needs to do something. He needs to counterattack here, I think. And Forgotten's response to that is to do some counterattack himself. Kind of getting cross-map plays here. We should probably get another Rhino here for Side. Side is definitely playing this game smarter than Bogig did. He's definitely going for tier 2 and stuff, which is really, really important for him. And he's not just spamming Space Marines for no apparent reason. Problem for him is that his economy is atrocious. 62 to plus 20. And that's because he just captured this, which is going to be decapped immediately very soon. Yeah, this Solar Pulse here is going to just delay Space Marines a little bit. Tier 2 has now come in for Forgotten. He's in a very, very good position here, I feel like. And Side is just bleeding economy. 56 to plus 20. His army is strong, but I think Necrons is slowly getting stronger than him. Good that he at least has 2 Rhinos here. Looks like he actually has 4 Space Marine squads. I don't think he can actually sustain that. He simply just doesn't have the firepower. These Flayed Ones are very problematic. And speaking of Flayed Ones, in come more Flayed Ones. Immortals are also out here for Forgotten, so he can actually deal with these Rhinos here. He just needs to be careful they don't get one-shot. These Immortals are really, really done here. Or are they? Good disruption here because of this Rhino going down here. The economy for Side is so painful to watch. 56 to plus 30. It just doesn't get better. Landspeeder Tempest. And maybe do something. These Immortals are going to be very, very powerful against the Landspeeder. He needs to control it better. He cannot take damage like this. Look at this Landspeeder. It's almost done. It's actually done. Oh, that's what I said. It's not good. Space Marines needs to do some miracle stuff here. His economy is just gonna bleed even more. He's trying to rebuild some economy. Necrolord is just on the front line. He doesn't give a damn. Okay, now he does. He gets out. Space Marines needs to be careful. This Rhino is getting sniped. In fact, it goes down. Side is definitely pushing Necrons here. That is for sure. Looks like he wants to get in here. These immortals are going to get focused, but Necron Lord is actually going to tie up these Space Marines. So many Blade Ones. And Rhinos are just done. And it looks like Side is getting clunked up against the walls here. He needs to run. And meanwhile, he just bleeds economy. He tries to rebuild it. But Forgotten denies him every single time. Looks like Space Marines wants to make a last stand. But the Solar Pulse, it's just annoying everything that Space Marines is going to stand for here. Oh, and he even does some mistaken pathing here. Walking the wrong way, just directly into the Necron Warriors. And this is an atrocity.
By the Emperor it shall be so.
Really solid play here for Forgotten. He's now going to push out of his base. And he's going to deal so much damage to Space Marines here.
Faith is purest when it is unquestioning.
Yeah. Now this Rhino is going to go down again. Forgotten's Immortals has been really, really valuable here. Everything is slowly falling apart here for Side. He just can't sustain this. He has such low economy. Yeah, Side calls to GG. He knows it's over. Forgotten takes it. Damn. Okay. I think it's pretty obvious, right? The economy was the reason why Side lost this. I do understand that this turd was really, like, he didn't handle it very well. And it was hard for him to counterattack because of these Necron Warriors. The problem with this is that so I know what he's trying to do, right? He's trying to just capture on this side of Forgotten. But then he forgets that Necrons could do some stuff up here. And I don't know if he expects Forgotten, like, I don't know if he knows that this is what Forgotten does. But I think Side was a little too greedy. He wanted to get both of these, which in theory would be good. But if there's a turret up here, you are losing this and you're not doing anything. Also, not getting the Skull Probe was really, like, really not good if you're trying to take down the turret. What else? Like, in hindsight, I would have preferred Side to just capture these two outer points first. So he could actually make sure that Necrons didn't just get in here and build a turret. But regardless, though, like, I do believe the Side could have definitely played with just having this and this. But instead of going up here and going for the turret, maybe not go for the turret. Maybe go all the way down there with your army and fight on that side. I know it's more awkward, but I think he can do it, for sure. But I think one of the main things that broke the game was that Side focused so much on just spamming Space Marines. And when you do, like, every single time I saw his units, they were just on auto reinforce. And that basically just destroys your economy. And that meant that Side just didn't focus on economy. His economy just got worse and worse. The listening post that got flanked by Forgotten was easy for Forgotten to do because they weren't upgraded his listening post. side that is his listing posts. So these Necrons were just never gonna die when they try to flank and do some damage and destroying listing post and then having them decapped after that. And I think side just ignored way too much economy, and you just can't afford that against... Well, you can't afford that in general. Like, it doesn't matter what you're playing against. Also, just small mistakes here and there that I already mentioned. I don't want to go into it. It's just, I do believe that that is why side lost. I do like his idea. I do like that he went to the Space Marine squads and then tried to go tier 2. I at least like that in theory. Problem was that he was so behind in economy because he was so focused on attacking here the turret without Skull Probe, by the way, while losing slowly his listing post over here. And so he ends up just... Yeah, he ends up just losing both sides, where he definitely wins over here, but at a very, very bad price. Like, so many Space Marine squads died. And then he also slowly lost this area here. Yeah, there's just so many things that I think was problematic with the way side played. Also, Forgotten, I don't know if I like his strategy, but he's definitely solid at it. And he looked pretty clean. Like, it felt like he knew exactly what to do. So when side was attacking on one front, Forgotten made sure that he was also playing on several fronts. So he played the map pretty well, I would say. But yeah, this matchup, in my opinion, is Space Marine favored for sure. I feel like Space Marines just has such a good early game against Necrons. I will, however, say I'm kind of shocked with playing a map like this. I'm not saying it's a bad Space Marine map, but I feel like there's a lot better Space Marine maps. Like, Forgotten played against Bokik not that long ago, and they agreed to play Deadly Fun Archaeology. That is definitely a better map than this. But yeah, whatever. Side, he's out, and Forgotten moves on. Forgotten is going to go up against Romresis. It's going to be interesting to see that one. Let's get to the next series, guys. Okay, guys, now we got this one. We got Deco going up against Alix UK, IG versus Eldar on Battle Marshes. To be honest, I think Alix UK is pretty happy about this map. This is a very, very good IG map, and it's usually, and I really say usually, not the best Eldar map. It's definitely still good. It's not bad for Eldar whatsoever. And in this matchup, I think they're completely fine with this map, but it's definitely a good IG map. On the top hand side, we got Deco. Deco, he goes for 2 Guardians, Fleet of Foot, Aspect Portal, goes for Dark Reapers, and he will go for Plasma Generator. So kind of standard opening. And on the bottom hand side, we got Alix UK. Alix UK, he goes for 3. Yeah, so he goes for 3 Guardsmen opening. Usually, I feel like I see IG with better success if they go for 2 Guardsmen and then getting the Commissar very early. But I think it depends a lot on the situation. Someone like Alix UK would know this. I'm just saying what I've seen. But yeah, he goes for the 2 Guardsmen, Tech Priest, and then a 3rd Guardsman, Infantry Command, and Plasma Generator, of course. Man Squad with a Priest being attached. And leaving the 3rd Guardsman to capture these 2 points here, while still getting out and taking this relic and going to do the offensive play over here. These Dark Reapers were trying to capture this, and then these Guardians are going to take over. That's good. Let's see here. Alix UK probably wants this fight. He's getting the Priest in here. This will definitely be secured by Deco.
Let me inspire our men.
It's going to be hard for Alix UK to actually break anything in here. Not the most successful attack for sure. Farsi is getting in here. Farsi is so good in this matchup. It's really, really disgusting. She basically one-shot whatever the hell there is in this command squad with Mind War. I say basically, like, the priest is a little problematic, but in general, she's really, really good at, like, killing everything there is in this command squad. And if she has any trouble, she'll just put Psychic Storm on and then finish the job. She can also just kill commissars in a guardsman squad. So yeah, it's really, really strong. This is almost gonna be a one-shot here. Yeah, just finishing with a Psychic Storm. That is going to be absolutely brutal here for Alix UK. He needs to be careful that he doesn't overstay here. Both Guardians is down here with the Dark Reaper and Farseer, so the whole thing is in here. Guardsmen are so low, they're a bit out of position, to be honest. Another Commissar got in here. Command Squad is going to tie up the worst of the worst, which is the Dark Reapers. But these Guardsmen are not going to survive for sure. At least Alix UK is getting this area. He has better map control, but he's losing this fight for sure. Another Dark Reaper squad is getting in here. I'm surprised Alix wants to have this fight still. He's going all in here. All of his guardsmen is in here. His other guardsman squad went down in this one and used the tunnel vision over here. That's why his whole army is here. He wants to double down on this one. I think that's so risky. His priest is gone. He needs to get the hell out of here. Otherwise, the command squad is going to get completely wiped. Farsi is so tanky at this point. She's in the heavy cover. And there's not a lot of units that can actually deal with her right now. And the back line of Eldar is so strong right now. It looks like Alix is at least getting out of this one. He now has 2 commissars. Alix's economy is 74 to +10. It's gonna improve. See here, deco is 68 to +10. So obviously he sacrificed a lot because he's not. I don't know why he's building this plasma generator right here. Maybe to get some vision, I guess. But yeah, so deco, he sacrificed a lot. Like, he sacrificed his economy just to reinforce his army because Alix was going all in here. And obviously this relic is not captured yet. That's why Alix is actually ahead in the economy. Looks like Alix wants to get this fight again. Very bold move here, to be honest. Deco gonna take a lot of damage here. Guardsmen are gonna take so much damage. Huge Psychic Storm here. Command Squad is still on the front line. I'm not sure if Alix, he should stay here. Taking loads of damage. Very awkward fight. The whole Command Squad goes down. This is really, really brutal for Alix. He needs to get the hell out of here. This Farsi is not going to take much damage because she keeps on being in the heavy cover. At least Alix UK is kind of disengaging. And he needs to rebuild his command squad. At least tier 2 is coming in here for Alix. But how about deco? Yeah, still kind of questionable economy, but he's probably going tier 2. Yeah. Good Rape Tomb here by deco. Really, really good. It delays this tier 2 here by a lot, actually. Alix is now a little bit behind in economy. He's also going for the tactical control. He wants grenade launchers to actually respond to this. Yeah, he's going for it now. It's a good choice.
By the Emperor, you will have it.
Grenade launchers will definitely deal with these Eldar units here. Problem is they are unupgraded IG. Oh, that's so annoying. This Brave Tomb. This range shouldn't be a thing. This stun time, like the duration, shouldn't be a thing. This Brave Tomb is just so disgusting, to be honest. Battle armor in here. Death before Dishonor. So just early upgrades here. So Alix can actually handle this early game. Good choices being made here by Alix. But in comes the support platform. A support portal, I should say. I always mix the two. And you know what? Alix, he needs heavy weapons team. He needs actual anti-vehicle. Problem is, he needs tier 2. And you know what? He's probably not getting tier 2 anytime soon. Especially not when Brave Tomb is actually a thing. Look how long this is. What the hell is this? I think Alix UK, he started tier 2 tech at like 550. And we are at... And he's probably finishing it at 840. That is so ridiculous. What am I watching?
Standing ready.
Sorry, sometimes, like, I love that the game is very unbalanced here and there. I kind of think that's the charm about this game. But there is moments where I'm just like, this is BS. Okay, so Deco, he jumps in here with some fire dragons. And the problem for Alix is that he has to make a decision here because he's attacked from both sides here. This will 100% go down. Yeah, and Deco is going to attack on both fronts. Curse of the Machine Spirit on this Falcon, that's good. Alix is under such brutal pressure. He's getting Priest to actually answer this. Wants to kill more and more fire dragons. Well, the pressure is so hard on Alix right now, and in comes the Viper. We need heavy weapons team, but Alix's economy is just not strong enough. It really isn't. He needs AV, but doesn't have the economy for it. And then comes the Brave Tomb. What am I watching? It actually goes for the... Oh my god, this is so disgusting. Okay, at least this Bone Singer died. He doesn't get his satellite targeting resolution yet. And then comes the wet weight gate. No, oh my god, this is so brutal. Deco is gonna make a huge push. Everything is falling apart here for Alix. This is his last stand. This is what's gonna decide if he goes out or if he stays. And Deco is definitely knocking at his door. He's trying to recover just a little bit here. But I think it's too late. Grenade launchers is definitely doing its thing. This weapon specialization needs to get in here, but it probably won't get in here in time. Tactical control is so low. Good grenade launchers here. Tactical control goes down. God damn it. I think this is over for Alix. There's no way he can get back in this one. Everything just falls apart. Infantry command, tactical control, you name it. It's gone. Everything is gone. This game goes to Deco. Alix UK is sadly out of the tournament. So the last IG player we have left is Erenbeast. And Alix UK, he goes out. Deco, I mean, he's just using the things that makes Eldar really, really strong. One thing that I forgot to say about this map is that it's very easy for Eldar to just perma-stun the HQ. One of the things about Eldar is that for some reason their Bone Singer doesn't cost anything, the Brave Tomb doesn't cost anything, and you can just teleport a lot just in general. And as long as you don't do like, as long as you don't just, you make sure you have a lot of Bone Singers, you can just teleport over and just stun the HQ. So it's just so dumb. This is the only thing that actually frustrates me about Eldar. It's the Rave Tomb. Because everything else, you know, I understand really strong units, they absolutely murder you, right? Good mobility, fire dragons are good, like all of that jazz. Really, really strong race, right? But it's like BS like this that I just don't like. Don't get me wrong, IG definitely has some stuff as well, right? Their what is it? Tier 3 thing from Priest is really stupid, making a whole squad completely invulnerable for I don't know how long. Curse of a Machine Spirit is stupid. Like the stun is huge. It's like 10 seconds or some ridiculous stuff. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely some stuff that's broken about all kinds of races, which is why I love this game. Problem is when you play Eldar and they have stupid stuff on top of it, it just gets really, really, really obnoxious from game to game. But yeah, regardless of my hatred towards Eldar from time to time, I do think Eldar and Deco just in general played this well. I also think that Alex probably made some mistakes here. I don't know why he just perma took this fight. I don't think that it was very helpful that he just went over here. Because I do think that he can just chill a little bit and play defensive on this side. He already got this side. There's no reason to just get out and just fight. Obviously, that's what I think. I'm not sure, but one thing is for sure is that he lost his command squad, and at that point, I was just like, yeah, Alex, he 100% overstayed. I know that he just doesn't want to get besieged. Like, he don't want to just let Eldar just go in on his base and just shoot from a distance, and he has to perma repair and stuff. I understand all of that. It's just, yeah, I would rather have him get early grenade launchers, which he already did, by the way, than let him actually just deal with this siege that Eldar would lay on him. I would rather have that than him just taking the fight to Eldar, which he 100% will lose. Farsi is just too good in those instances. And she was always in the heavy cover, so she wasn't taking that much damage. Meanwhile, the command squad was out here several times, taking the full damage. So, yeah, it just weren't going to cut it. I do think that 3 Guardsmen is good, but I don't think it is as strong in the early game. That's why early Commissar and all of that jazz is really, really good against Eldar. Sometimes you can even place a turret, like really, really early. Aggro style. That is very risky against a player like Deco, but I've definitely seen Alix UK do it against some of the best Eldar players, so it's not completely impossible for him. So, I would say well played to Deco, and well played to Alex. Don't get me wrong. It's just, yeah, Deco was better, and he also had the better race. So, sadly, Alix UK, he's out. Deco, he moves on. And we're going to see who Deco's opponent is going to be in the next video. Or at the next series, I should say. So let's get into that. Yes. Alright, guys. Now we got this one to decide who Deco's upcoming opponent is going to be. We got Den Superman versus Scouty. Chaos versus Necrons on the map Titan's Fall. This will be very interesting because I think these two players are very close to the same level. It's gonna be very, very tight, I have a feeling. We'll see. Then Superman, he starts on the bottom hand side. He goes for all his scarabs here. Looks like he's going out because he's not rallying these plasma generators. So the first one out of the monolith will either take this or maybe even go for decap. We'll see. And then on top hand side, we've got Scouty. He goes for a heretic. And then 3 cultists, building a chaos temple with, okay, interesting, raptors. Normally we don't see raptors or assault marines for that sake, or hellions from Dark Eldar. We normally don't see those kind of units against Necrons. But I mean, on a map like this, it definitely is not weird because there's a lot of terrain, as you can see. There's a lot of terrain in general that you can jump over. It's kind of a large map-ish. So Raptors are completely fine. And then Chaos Lord right after. Okay. This Heretic looks like it's over here to see if like any potential decapping is coming in here. And obviously he'll just secure the outer point up here. Maybe he will try himself and see if he can get a decap over here. Yeah, he's actually going in here with this Raptors. I think he'll decap. Yeah, nicely done here by Scouty. That's a good start for Scouty at least. If he can dominate the map, he's really, really good to go. Okay, so let's see here. Then Superman, he went all in on Scarabs. He's now getting this one as well. And then he wants Necron Warriors. I think that is really, really good now that he sees Raptors. Necron Lord is a bit awkward against Raptors. A bit. Now they're going in here on the Necrons. Okay. Obviously, the Necron Warriors has to run a little bit because they don't want to get beaten up by these Raptors. However, this will get decapped here by then Superman good. Now that these Raptors are going in here. They might go on these Scarabs. I'm not sure if I like this by Scouty. He's not going to destroy these Scarabs, I think. But I could be wrong. They are taking some damage, however. Yeah, now they definitely need to get out. There's 2 Necro Warriors here. Yeah. Looks like we have a Chaos Lord in the mix here. Oh, this would be detrimental. This is really, really good from Dead Superman. Getting a decap like this on this relic is going to be very, very, very annoying. But in comes some Chaos Space Marines. Maybe they can take it down in time. I don't think so. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, maybe we actually get to remove these Scarabs in time. Would be huge. Oh, it's so close. God damn, that would have been huge. Nope. That would have been so bad for Scouty, but he just in time takes it out. He reinforced some of his cultists and the Marines as well, so that was really, really good. Okay, and he secured this. This is really, really good for Scouty right now. Look at his map. He has the majority of the map already. But looks like then Superman has a pretty strong army right now.
Our victory is assured.
Scouty has to put all his army together. Looks like he's doing that right now. He has a plasma generator here. Looking at economy, 98 to plus 10. That's really, really good for Scouty. Plus 70, however, for then Superman, it's not bad whatsoever. He's actually getting Braves. That's interesting. Look at this huge engagement in here. Scouty, he wants some blood. Well, there's not much blood in these guys. It's more like robot parts. Okay, Necrolord needs to get the hell out of here because he's getting jumped by this Chaos Lord. Chaos Lord has a really, really nasty slow. There's a huge engagement in here by Scouty. It's really, really good. Good push here. Also looks like this relic never got captured by Den Superman. Scouty has been really good at denying him. Massive engagement in here. I really like this from Scouty. Then Superman needs to get the hell out of here. I'm surprised he doesn't teleport at all. He has the summoning core. Yeah, he's going for the upgrade. Otherwise, he cannot respond to this army here. It's a massive push, a ginormous push here by Scouty. He's even population capped. That's interesting. But now Flayed ones are coming in, and now maybe Scouty needs to run. I think so. Chaos Lord is definitely taking some damage here. Good response here by Den Superman. He definitely gets this upgrade for these Necron Warriors. Now Chaos might be a little bit on the back foot. This is one of the big power spikes from Necrons. This point right here. Oh my god, these cultists got completely destroyed. It wasn't even funny. Scouty's going for these Scarabs. But I mean, this army right here, nobody's going to deal with it. Scouty doing some decent kiting here. Chaos Lord has been taking so much damage, actually. This listening post is 100% going down. Let's see here what then Superman is cooking. Oh, he has the Forbidden Archive now. Let's see what artifacts he's going for. He's also getting his 7th generator. Okay. Good decap here. Still 98 to 20. Getting plasma guns would be really good for Scouty. Alright, big engagement in here. This game is very much a back and forth, by the way. Like, this is just straight up fight. This is what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. Okay, so we get Phase Shifter in here. Okay. Looks like then Superman, he wants to fight this. He's gonna lose this 1v1 here. 100%. I don't know why he's engaging in here. Yeah, he's taking so much damage. What the hell? Oh, no. Oh, my God. No way. Holy. Jesus Christ. I was like, why is he AFK? He's just losing his Necrolord. Instead, he just completely obliterated, including the Chaos Lord. Jeez, this is such... Oh, my God. That might actually be the turning point here. Necrolord using his phase shift to actually regain some HP. Jeez, dude. What the fuck did I just watch? That was just complete disgusting. He actually went, like, I didn't see it. He went the lightning, I want to say lightning field. Now Scouty is a little bit on the back foot. He's definitely, okay. Heretic came in the middle, I guess. He's definitely in a decent position here, but only so ever slightly. He's a little disconnected. These Necron Warriors, as you can see, are very, very strong when they get their upgrades. Scouty even got this turret here. Ginormous push here by Den Superman. I still, like, I'm sorry guys, I'm still shocked by what I just watched here. Huge play, ginormous play from Den Superman. Come on, dude. Like, I don't know why I didn't think about this, but obviously, like, it is a possibility to do that kind of stuff. I was really wondering why the hell then Superman did what he did. But now I know. Okay. Then Superman is just everywhere at this point. Necrolord kind of low. This feels like a very, very close game. I hope that, yeah. So Scouty is definitely going tier 2 here. Problem for him is then Superman is tier 2. Then Superman has been plus 80 for a while, so he has a pretty good economy. And that will change rapidly very, very soon if Scouty's not doing anything about this. Problem is he's under attack 24/7. Chaos Lord now being rebuilt. It's crazy that Chaos Lord died here as well. Necrolord very, very low. Okay, so Scouty is tier 2. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, so he's getting the machine pit. I think that makes most sense. You want some sort of like mobilities. Definitely a Rhino would be really good for all these units here.
We need enemies.
Forces of chaos.
Then Superman, if he gets this up, and especially if it's up for a while, this will be very, very brutal. So that's why Scouty is trying to do something about it. But the Blade ones are coming in here. Good defense here by then Superman. He does not want to lose this area. He wants to secure it. And now he's 110.
Until taken
And he gets
hold.
immortals, yeah. We know what these immortals are gonna do, right, guys? Then Superman, he wants to end this game. He's not letting go here. He wants to end this game. Chaos can definitely deal in tier 2 with yeah, they can definitely deal with Necrons. Problem is that Necrons are very, like, they are so ahead at this point. As long as Scouty doesn't throw away his units. Okay, good. He's getting the heavy weapons increase. That's going to be really good for the heavy bolters. Scouty, I think Scouty wants to get in here and actually destroy these plasma generators with the Rhino. But the problem is he can't afford that because someone is knocking at his door. Looking at his economy as well, 74 plus 30, that is really bad economy.
I feel the warp overtaking me. It is a good
Yeah,
day.
massive eco diff. As in complete disgusting difference here. Scouty has to do something, that's for sure. Yeah, he'll go over here and at least stop this. Problem is, does Densuban? No, Densuban does not have Blade Ones queued up in his monolith yet. So that's good. The Hell Talon also getting into the mix. Let's see if then Superman will respond. Doesn't look like it so far. Okay. However, the Rhino actually went down, so it might be awkward for Scouty to get back because his base is under attack very, very soon. This Hell Talon not doing anything. I'm not sure what Scouty is concentrating on right now. He needs to focus the units on this thermoplasma generator. He's trying to capture this middle point, but even here he's getting contested. A ginormous push by Stan Superman is coming in, and the Immortals are doing its thing. No Rhino here. Slow retreat here by Scouty. He's trying to send a Rhino to, like, pick them up on the middle end. Well, on the pathway or whatever I'm supposed to say. This machine pit is probably going down, by the way. Necrolord just going in on the front line here. He doesn't give a damn. He wants to one-shot some more Chaos Space Marines, I guess. This Heretic is getting completely obliterated. Oh, Listing Post going back down. This is really, really bad. Yeah, turret didn't do much. There's no vehicles. And now Scouty is going to do everything he can to push this away. But even his Chaos Temple is under attack. Necrolord goes down. That's good. At least he goes down. The rest of these Necron Warriors, they need to get completely obliterated. Then Superman needs to be careful. He doesn't overstep. Okay, good. He teleports back. Would have been really bad if he just threw away his army for no reason. He would still be ahead. But, like, throwing away your units will potentially throw you the game. So there's no reason to do any of it. Hey. Let's see here what Scouty is going to do. He needs to do some kind of counterattack here. But the Immortals are ready for him, so if he gets in here, he might actually lose his Rhino. Good placement here by Den Superman. He sees it coming, I think. And Scouty doesn't see it himself, does he? Oh, he does. But the Rhino went down, and now these Chaos Marines is in a very, very awkward spot here. They couldn't do everything to blast these Plate Ones. But even if he destroys the Plate Ones, the Necron Warriors are in here. Okay, potential block here by Den Superman. Nicely done here. Raptors are not doing much here, to be honest. Oh my god, and now the Plate Ones are coming in. Scouty is under so much pressure. Destroyer is taking decent damage. This is because of the power sword here by the Raptor. Scouty again has to run all the way back. His economy is atrocious and has been for a very, very long time. Okay, at least he has this. That's why he's at least decent economy and not completely atrocious economy. It's still bad, don't get me wrong. Good phase shift here by Den Superman, buying a little bit more time here. Okay, lightning field got dropped here. Definitely killed some cultists in here. Necrolord at least jumps out by now. It's good. Then Superman is so ahead in this game. I am not sure how Scouty will recover from this. Tier 3 is coming in. And number 2, Monolith is coming in. This is gonna be so brutal. Thermal Plasma Generator. Another Thermal Plasma Generator is coming in. The Global is also researched here for Den Superman. So that's why his economy is so ridiculous. Scouty's gonna try and do something about it here. And listening post is gonna go down. This is a massive push. I'm not sure how Scouty will even deal with this. The Played Ones are just buying some more time, as they always do. Chaos Armory goes down. Some Plasma Generators will go down. This is gonna decap. This is very much complete last stand and complete obliteration of Scouty. All his Plasma Generators are pretty much gone. Necrolord is full HP. He's gonna drop some lightning field here. Oh my god, complete destruction here. Gotta get the hell out of here. Scouty is really under pressure. Even the heavy destroyers in the mix. Some grenades getting dropped. A lot of Necron Warriors definitely taking some damage. But it's not gonna cut it. Immortals are in the mix. Defiler is not gonna do anything. Necrolord is so strong at this point. He's tier 3. He has so much HP. Good artifacts. Even the Defiler is getting in trouble here with these immortals. I think it's it, guys. I would get shocked if Scouty doesn't say GG here. That's so brutal. I'm just waiting for it, basically. Yeah, GG. That was such a good game. God damn. I felt like Scouty had really good early game. Like, the way the early fight he did, the big engagement in here, killed a lot of then Superman's Necron Warriors. Then he had to run away because then Superman had the upgrade and then the Flake ones came in here and stuff. But I felt like he came out of it just fine. And I think what actually broke the game was literally this play over here, when Necrolord just one-shot a whole... that was so disgusting to watch. Oh my god. It's very, very, very long time ago I've seen a Necrolord just... Yeah, that was disgusting. And then... yeah, that definitely caught off Scouty. And his problem was he never recovered. I felt like that from there, then Superman just kind of just, I don't know, he put the pedal to the metal and he just kept on going. He kept on going in. He was relentless, like completely relentless. By the way, I question if these Raptors truly did something. I know I didn't follow them the whole game, but I just in general am not a fan of Raptors against Necrons. But then again, I have seen it work against Necrons. So I'm not going to act like it's not a strategy. It definitely is a strategy, especially on Titan's Fall. But yeah, they didn't do much. They went in here, met some Necron Warriors, couldn't really deal with that. The Scarabs aren't really... Like, the Scarabs, there's 3 Scarabs in the squad, and then as well they're kinda tanky. So the Raptors aren't even going to do enough damage against builders even. So yeah, I just don't like Raptors in general in this one. And then the Necron Warriors also stopped them from doing much. I felt like if he was supposed to get Raptors, Just make sure you secure this instead. Or I'm not sure. Like, I just don't think they do anything in this base. They should rather like either stop here or secure this area, whatever. But Scouting played well in the early game, by the way. He played really, really well. I just don't think that, like, as soon as this happened, he just basically lost the game. Really, really, really solid play here from Dead Superman. I think people, like, maybe Dancist would have recovered. I probably think someone like Dancist would have recovered. He would have found some way to recover this. But here's the thing. Dancist is the best Chaos player in the world. So that standard is not something I would bring to anyone. But I think he's basically the only Chaos player that I could see recover from this. This is so brutal. All your units and your Chaos Lord and the Aspiring Champion, everything just disappearing in front of you. Nah. That is unplayable. So well played to then Superman. He moves on and he's gonna meet Deco. That's gonna be super, super interesting. We're gonna watch that later in this video, by the way, guys. But let's get into the next two series and then I'll do a recap and then we'll get into the next 4 games after that. So let's get to the next series, guys. All right, guys. Now we got this one. We got Archigun versus Flazzo. Orcs versus Necrons. This could go either way. I think Archigun is slightly favored, but I'm not sure. I don't know these players very well. But already we've seen some wacky stuff. So let's talk about it. On the bottom hand side, playing on Blood River, I don't think I said that. But yeah, on the bottom hand side, we got Flazzo. He goes for, so far, just 2 Scarabs. Interesting. He starts building a Ghost Herd right off the bat. That's interesting. Yeah, he probably expects himself to get rushed, but I just wonder why he puts it here and not more on the outside so he can actually push out of his base and not just, yeah, whatever. We can talk about that later. So he builds generators after that. So he gets 4 Scarabs in general, 3 Scarabs he goes forward, and then 2 Necron Warriors, and then the 5th Scarab that's getting out after that. I messed that one a little bit up, but you know what I mean, hopefully. So here we have Archigun on the top hand side. I like this color scheme, by the way. I kind of like it. He goes for 2 Slugger Boys. Yeah, 2 Slugger Boys, a Gretchen, the Boy's Heart, Generator, and then he goes for the Big Mech. Just completely normal. However, these Shooter Boys are not capturing anything. They want to go instantly in here. That's why this turret definitely makes sense. I don't think he actually... No, he didn't finish it. Interesting. But yeah, that's why he was building this turret. I just wonder why he didn't put it more further out. But okay. Archigun getting in here. He needs to be careful. These Necron Warriors will win the exchange. Okay, so Archigun, he does this thing where he tries to get both relics here. I personally think it's risky. Every single time I see this greedy play here, I'll call it greedy play against the really good Necron players. They'll usually make sure that you don't get either of them. Big Meg getting the sync kill. So, looks like Big Meg just teleported in here. Kind of denied this area here. That's good. Again, like, this turret is really weirdly placed. It should be here. So at least this would be covered and this would be covered. You could even argue it could get even further out. But here it really doesn't do much. Yeah, so this is what I mean. Flazzo, he will just get over here and decap this. That's good. He could be here and decapping this as well, but it's fine. Oh my god, Flazzo didn't see it. That's not good. Flazzo kind of getting beaten up here as well. Big Meg is definitely doing his thing. Looks like this turret actually, when it actually is useful, it got removed by Flazzo. Some questionable things here from Flazzo, I'm not gonna lie. All these Necron Warriors getting completely destroyed here. Yeah, now these Slugger Boys also getting into the mix here. Both relics get secured. There is no way that that is going to happen. I understand one relic, but there's no way both of them get secured here. But yeah, now Archigun is just all in here. He's not messing around. Yeah, and there's no turret. So Slugger Boys and Shooter Boys and the Big Mech can just go nuts here. Yeah, we have the Necron Lord in the mix now, but so many Necron Warriors has been dead now, and they're getting perma-reinforced. What's the economy here for Flazzo? It's kind of bad. It's closing in on plus 70. Orcs, on the other hand, is 104 to plus 10. We're getting the third banner here, and we're getting the war banner. Oh my god. I'm not sure. This is brutal. This is really, really brutal. Like, I know that Archigun is not breaking the base yet, but look how much control he has. Necrons just got plus 70, and they have 2 obelisks, and that's it. And a lot of Necron Warriors has been killed. And they're getting perma-reinforced. Meanwhile, Archigun is 104 to plus 10. He can just go complete nuts. He's getting a bunch of Shooter Boys in this exchange. Getting some upgrades here. Big shooters will come in very, very soon. In fact, we already have one of them. And this complete obliteration here. Really, really good performance here by Archigun. Looks like Flazzo is trying to take down this listening post, but he needs to get back. Okay, at least the upgrade is coming in for Flazzo. He needs flayed ones. Okay, he's getting flayed ones. It's really annoying that he has to do this because he's so behind in tech. I'm not even sure if Orcs might actually be able to win this regardless. Look at the firepower they have. Going to be very, very interesting what Arch got. He can go, yeah. He can go tier 2 here. Necrons is out of desperation going tier 1.5. And this means that Orcs can just chill a little bit. Don't take the stupid fights. Just get out. And then get some vehicles and then just smash Necrons. They are behind in tech. Yeah, Archigun needs to be careful that he doesn't throw away too much. Good block here by Flazzo. Definitely some Shooter Boys dying. Slugger Boys including. Yeah. Okay, Flazzo is going to try and make a push here. Okay, I kind of mess with this by Flazzo. I kind of mess with it. Definitely killed a lot of Shooter Boys. I think Archigun actually overstepped here. This listing post went down. Yeah, it looks like Archigun, he wants to upgrade this war banner. He needs to do something to stop this onslaught here by Flazzo. The thing is, now I think Flazzo is going to overstep. Look at all the turrets that are going to shoot on his Necron Warriors. Blade ones are getting in here. This is all in by Flazzo. It's now or never, he says. And the problem is, he is not going to make it, I think. He's going to focus this war banner. It's going to go down. Yeah, we're getting more darker research here. Oh. Archigun definitely took some damage. He also lost the war banner here. Oh, the listing post. But then again, look at Flazzo. He is stuck. There is no way he, like... Okay, whatever. What did I say? I said that he was stuck. He's not. I should have noticed. He's going tier 2. But Archigun should be tier 2. He's almost getting tier 2 here. So, Oh, I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, I'm not sure. Archigun, he overstepped 100%. He tried to kite all day long, but there's just no kiting Flazzo if he just blocks you with Flate ones and stuff. I thought Flazzo actually sacrificed even more by going so deep, but I guess not. And now Archigun is kind of in trouble, I'm not gonna lie. He definitely is taking this area here, that's good. Let's see here, his economy has, for the most part, recovered. He's going knobs here, no vehicles. That might actually be the answer here. And let's see here what Flazzo is gonna do. Decent oh, we're not getting the decap. Interesting. Gonna try and decap anyway, but I don't think these shooter boys are gonna have a good time. Yeah, they need to get out. The negative cover is too much.
Jobs are good and boss is better than smaller, runtier orcs.
Flazzo's gonna make this engagement. I'm not sure if he wants it. The Lord is very, very low. But so is the Big Mac. Come on, dude. He's so low. How is he not dead? Right. Archigun has a decent army here. I would even go as far and say he has a very, very strong army. I mean, Archigun is tier 2, but he's not really using the tier 2. He has some Braves. Okay. I mean, he should get more Braves because there's so many shooter boys, and Flazzo is not going vehicles anytime soon. Looks like he would rather get some Flate ones. Okay, Necrolord is gonna jump in. He has no phase shift, however. But look at these Necro Warriors. They're getting completely obliterated. Yeah, now Flazzo is just floating for no reason. I think there's kind of a mistake. Yeah, this for sure is a mistake here. What is he doing now? Okay, he's getting the greater summoning core. I don't think you can afford that, Flazzo. I really, really don't think so. He's gonna try and push away here, orcs. He's lost so many units. He's lost so much. He cannot sustain this. Okay, Lightning Field not doing much here, sadly. Big Mac is still alive. What is going on? Blade ones are getting completely obliterated here. Yeah, this is brutal. This is really, really brutal. Archigun is very, very, very strong. I don't think Flazzo can do much. Look, his whole army's gone. Yeah, he even says GG here. Yeah, it just, no, it's not gonna cut it. Yeah, Archigun even had like a really ridiculous economy here. So, the only reason, so normally I think it's meta that you go infantry and knobs against Necrons and not vehicles. The only reason why I thought that that Archigun was gonna go vehicles was because these shooter boys would be really useful in a war truck. Problem was for Flazzo, he didn't go for the what's it called? He didn't go enough Braves. So it was like Archigun never had to do, he never had to go for war trucks because there was not enough Raves. But there is no way we don't go Raves if you have all these shooter boys. I think Flate 1 spams is good, but there's just a limitation to, well, I think Flate 1s are good. I don't think Flate 1 spam is good. Yeah, so questionable decisions by Flazzo. I know, actually in hindsight, I know why I missed this one. So, Flazzo, he went in here, right? And he did some harsh overextension. And I thought, like, all this investment he made, I thought this was gonna kill him completely. And then I said over here, look at him. He's stuck here. And then he was just tier 2. And in my head, I'm like, or he was going tier 2. In my head, I was like, wait a minute. So this didn't cost him anything. He's going tier 2. And then I realized, no. What he did was not build his 7th generator going into tier 2. So that's actually what he sacrificed to get tier 2. He didn't go for the generator, the extra generator. And the problem with that is this fight over here, there is no way you can sustain it if you don't have the extra generator. I know it sounds weird, but that one generator is really, really, really a difference maker. Plus 70 is just not good enough in tier 2 settings. And especially if Orcs has this kind of economy. It's just too ridiculous. But yeah, knobs in this matchup, I think there's many reasons why you go knobs in this matchup and not vehicles necessarily. Well, you can do both, but if you have a choice between them, I think Orcs have a tendency to go for knobs instead of vehicles. I think one of the main reasons is because that Immortals are actually really, really good against the vehicles of Orcs. Whereas like knobs basically just straight up counters Immortals and makes them useless. And all tier 2 does for Necrons initially is make the Necron Lord stronger. That's definitely a thing, and it is important. And then it gives you access to Immortals and upgraded Wraiths. That's the 2 things you get. You don't get the real good money from tier 2 if you don't have the greater summoning core, right? So when Orcs is tier 2 and they go for knobs, it kind of works really well against anything that Necrons has in tier 2, right? Knobs are really good against Wraiths. Why? Because Wraiths are only good against ranged units. Knobs are really good against Immortals. Why? Because they literally deal no damage to knobs. And they don't deal much damage to infantry in general. And yeah, the Necron Lord gets stronger, but it's not gonna cut it against a tier 2 Orc army composition like this. So I think that's the main reason why you go knobs. Knobs are just really good. It's like the Orc equivalent of what's it called? It's the Orc equivalent of Howling Banshees from Eldar. So that's why you go knobs in tier 2 instead of just getting fast vehicles. If you have to make the choice between them, sometimes you're so ahead that you can just do both. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, I just think that I think the Flazzo had a chance. So he obviously really did some damage against Archigun. Archigun overstepped his welcome for sure. He lost so much in that exchange. And I think this one getting destroyed, this listing post was good. But he went deeper and deeper. And yes, he got this wall banner. Yes, he destroyed this listing post that was upgraded at the time, I think. But he lost so much. And that's why I thought, you know, he's investing so heavily and he's losing so much. There is no way he's tier 2. But that's because in my mind, normally before tier 2 or going into tier 2, you would get that extra generator. Problem was that Flazzo had to make a decision between one of them. And he never got the extra generator, so he literally couldn't fight in tier 2. So that's kind of my take. Obviously, all my analysis, guys, is just remember I'm not a pro, so it's just my thoughts and my theoretical observations. But yeah, well played to Archigun. I felt like he was pretty comfortable in this one. I think that he played really well. I think he played standard against Necrons, which is the good thing. I think what he really also did that I didn't talk about with Flazzo's mistake is the early game was just brutal. Archigun was really good. I think it was only because he overstayed and Flazzo went to 1.5. But I think Flazzo did that to even survive. It wasn't because Flazzo was going to murder him. But then the only reason why this got kind of close was because of the overstep by Archigun. So that was a really big mistake. Also, I think this thing that he does where he tries to capture both relics, really good Necron players will actually make sure you don't get both. Or at least you don't get it, like, at least you... Maybe you lose both of them. Like, a player like Bloody Monster would definitely have made it hard for you to get both. If you play it like that. But yeah, Flazzo didn't decap this, which was... Yeah, it was a complete atrocity in my opinion. I am pretty sure the Slugger Boys wouldn't be able to kill them in time unless they're reinforced, and they weren't. And then, what was it? Yeah, this got captured. I think Archigun in general really played well, except for the overstay. The problem is that Flazzo just made too many mistakes, and there's no way that you can win against a Orc player like Archigun. So Archigun moves on. We're going to see who his opponent is going to be. I think it's going to be Nameless versus Erenbeast. Let's get into that, guys. And then we're going to watch the next 4 games after that. So let's get into it. Erenbeast versus Nameless. Let's get it, guys. Okay, guys, so let's get into it. Nameless versus Erenbeast. The map they're playing on is Battle Marshes, Sisters of Battle versus Imperial Guard. Both players, the last players in the tournament that's playing their respective races. Erenbeast is the last IG player. Nameless is the last Sisters player, and is actually the only guy who started playing Sisters in this tournament anyway. But regardless, he's still here. He goes for a Servitor and 2 missionaries. He gets a convent and plasma generator. Okay, looks like he want to go complete standard, but we'll see. And then on the bottom hand side, we got Erenbeast. Looks like he's just going for, yeah, 2 guardsmen and then a tech priest. So complete classic standard.
Reporting for duty, sir.
He's probably gonna have one of these guardsmen just capture all these 3 points. I'm usually not a fan of it, but if you can make some early damage with a commissar and stuff, you can definitely get away with it. I just think it's very slow economy and stuff, but we'll see. Or maybe he just yeah, okay, so he's gonna capture this one, and then these guys are gonna capture this one after. Okay, that's fine. That's completely fine. I thought he would go nuts and just go complete offensive, but he's not doing any of it. That's great. Getting the command squad with the priest. I like that. So yeah, standard build order for, I guess, both players. Kind of with Nameless as well. Yeah, he's going Sisters with Canoness and Battle Sister squads in general. That's good. So nothing crazy so far. I do also think that Seraphims might not be the best idea against Guardsmen. Or against IG, I should say. Flamers are really good against IG, and Phosphor Grenades are really good against them as well. They almost one-shot them, and they definitely break their small morale. It's only 100 morale on them. But regardless, let's not talk about morale. Let's talk about a fight here. Looks like Eren is going to go in here. He sees this generator. He might actually go for it. Maybe not right now, but he could easily do it very soon. He's not going in with his guardsmen. He's just using his commissar right now. Looks like Eren is looking for a servitor. He's not getting it yet. He can go for this one instead, though. That'll be good. He doesn't find it yet, though. Yeah, Nameless actually gets a decent defense here. This commissar doesn't have much damage, so he's not going to do too much up here. However, looks like Eren actually caught this missionary a little bit. But who's caught with who? Because Nameless is going all in over here. Nameless has to be a little careful that it doesn't overstay, but he's playing this smartly. Yeah. He's taking control over the heavy cover. That's good. Okay. So, good early game from kind of both players, actually. I think Eren getting this is really good, and actually interrupting this is good. So, this missionary is just AFK, I guess. This commissar is not going to do much in the long term. But he has real good regen. Look at this HP. He's almost not taking any damage because of the regen. Commissar has really high regen.
It is a judgment.
2 plasma generators coming in. Are we getting a very early tier 2 here from Nameless? We might do. He's a little out of position here, though. This missionary should be taking this, and these 2 battle sister squads should be over here. This is not good. I think Nameless can hold this. He should be. However, this listening post took a lot of damage. Let's see here. Eren getting a bunch of generators. He's 98 to plus 20. This game looks relatively close right now with a little bit of... I think a little bit of an edge here to Eren. But not by much, to be honest. Gonna go in here again and see if there's an opportunity to do something. I think Nameless could go tier 3. I think he definitely could go tier 3. He is... Or tier 3, I say. Tier 2. Thank God he's not going tier 3 yet. That would be ridiculous. What about Eren? Yeah, he's going tier 2 himself. So both players just chilling a little bit so far. Let's see here. I think Nameless would go for Celestians in tier 2. He could also go a little more vehicles, but I think Celestians are just the best. He could go vehicles with lightning fighters, maybe. Pristine Sanctuary coming in here.
I will walk now.
Tactical control. Really good. Hey, good engagement in here by Eren. I actually think he can do something. However, the missionary is healing. Yeah, he doubles down on this. He wants to secure this critical location, Nameless, that is. Let's see here. Eren could also either go for grenades or vehicles, and he is going for vehicles. Well, he can in theory go for both, don't get me wrong. He goes for priest here, right? Boss with grenades. Inferno pistol. Nameless doesn't have much army, to be honest. Yeah, he just has 2 squads of sisters. And a canoness. However, right now, that's completely enough. So, Celestians are coming in and manufacturing also. We're probably getting some rhinos here for Nameless. A rhino would be good. Good. We also get blast armor, which is very important for these Celestians. And I mean, the Battle Sisters also get HP from it, so... It's good for all units that Nameless has right now. This command squad needs to be careful. There's no reason to just throw it away. Both the priest and the commissar especially is very low in the squad. Now we have an engagement in here, but I do think that sisters might actually be in a kind of weird spot right now. Yeah, this might be overextension here. Nameless can still throw the boss with grenades, but obviously... Okay, good blind here. Good that the rhino gets in here in time. Looks like the sentinel is in here. Priest is gonna go all in on these Celestians, but he's not gonna survive it, I think. Kind of an awkward spot here for Nameless for sure. Looks like the priest is just going completely nuts here. This is such an awkward spot here for Nameless. I don't think he likes this. For sure. More Celestians. Act of Fate. Okay, good phosphor grenade. Command squad definitely in trouble here. Needs to be careful. There's it's not a good thing to lose a command squad. Really good heavy weapons team placement here from Eren. Okay. Rhino went down. Nameless is kind of getting attacked from every single angle. Confessor is in here. He could put the Wrath of the Emperor down here. He has to fate for it. But someone like Eren will react very fast and get into his Chimera, so that might not happen. I don't think Eren is in a really, really good spot. He's tier 2. The deeper we go into this game, the worse it gets for Sisters. And I don't think Eren is under pressure at all. In fact, it's kind of the opposite, to be honest. And this priest is just going completely nuts. Okay, phosphor grenade on the priest. Nameless was like, oh, come on, dude. Please. Nameless is just gonna scout here. Otherwise, I think it's kind of suicide if he goes in here. He just want to see what the hell is going on here. He's been careful, however. A Chimera could get in here and then just hunt him down. Yeah, I'm not sure what the plan is here for Nameless. I think he's kind of in trouble, to be honest. Okay, he goes in here. More rhinos. Yeah, this looks really, really solid here from Eren. He doesn't do weird mistakes whatsoever, and it's really, really good. There's so many Sentinels. And for some reason, the Celestians are not really having any melter weapons. Which is kind of weird, because that would be really good against these Sentinels. Now he's getting the melter guns. And the few ones that actually had melter guns are dying. Yeah, nicely done here by Eren. Really, really good. Destroy the plasma generator for free, kinda. Yeah, he's playing super clean here, Eren. Now Nameless is just gonna get completely obliterated over here. I'm not even sure. Yeah, even nothing survived. Holy. Eren is just getting upgrade after upgrade after upgrade. He's 110 to plus 79. He's even getting this heavy bolter turret. I'm not exactly sure why. Tier 3 now coming in for Nameless. Okay. Celestians are gonna go in here. Nicely done here. Not gonna do too much, however. This heavy weapons team is so annoying. These Celestians are not gonna do anything. They're not gonna deal with this fortification right here. I think the only way Nameless would ever be able to compete against Eren is actually if he gathered all of his army. Now he's going in here, but there's just too much firepower here from Eren. He can't go deep. Maybe it's because Eren sees coming that a flank would happen over here, so that's why he's fortifying here. Yeah, Nameless just can't break whatever Eren is doing here. Yeah, Nameless is just taking too much damage here. He might destroy the heavy weapons team, but now we also have tier 3 here for Eren, so it's not gonna cut it. Exorcist getting in here. Nameless is not gonna do anything here, I think. It's too rough. As I said, the deeper we get into this game, the worse it gets. Another infantry command, yeah. No one is getting in here. No one is getting through here. Even the basilisk in the background here. But you know what? It's not even about the defensive here. It's about actually Nameless surviving here. He's on the siege here now. Sentinels are gonna get in here as well. It's just too brutal. Good crack grenade, however. Okay, decent engagement in here. IG needs to disengage. Good. Nameless really is trying to do whatever he can to break IG. He knows that it's over if he can't. But look at this defense here. Okay, the wrath with the Emperor on this one. Okay. Nah. Okay. Decent crack grenades here for Nameless. Askin's in here. Nah. Sentinels are getting in here. Yeah, Nameless is just losing everything. He tries to go through, but it just doesn't work for him. Even this priest is got... Nah. Too clean from Eren, honestly. Way too clean. Good decap. I don't know, there's not much to say. I'm kind of waiting for the GG, I'm not gonna lie. Because the deeper we get into this game, the worse it's gonna get. Unless Eren makes some what the hell am I watching mistake. This game is just gonna fall apart. Nameless is definitely doing his thing. Now the assassin's getting in here. But no matter what Nameless is going to do here, it's just going to get worse and worse for him. He's already losing both of his strategic points. Or he's holding on to Dear God to even, like, to even have the flags on them. He has no control of any of the relics. Good wrath with the Emperor, however. A lot of guardsmen dying here. Good.
Yes, of course I'll have.
Ogren, Kasakins. There's just too much firepower here for Eren. We can get even deeper into this game, and then, yeah, we get the Mars pattern command here.
I shall not fail. I will walk now.
And we could get the Living Saint here for Nameless, but his economy is atrocious. 69 plus 79. Versus 151 to plus 105. Nah. Get a big fight in here, but I don't even think that IG is gonna lose this. Good blind, however. It's not gonna be enough. IG is just way too strong at this point. I don't even see what Nameless again. I'm just waiting for the GG, to be honest. I know I've said it a couple times, but... oh, this is so brutal for Nameless. There's no way he's gonna survive this. He can't break anything. He can't get into anything. has he left the game? No, he hasn't left the game. Yeah, he realizes it's GG. Okay. I know I didn't sound too excited, but I just think that you can't afford to lose the early game as sisters. And you might say, did he lose the early game? He did. He went in here and got caught off guard. Well, early game and early game. In tier 2, he got kind of caught off guard here. And he lost way too many units. He did this several times, by the way, and actually got caught off guard. But I just think that Nameless didn't really have... I'm not even sure what he should have done, to be honest. I don't think it was bad for him to... what's it called? I don't think it was bad for him to go for early tier 2. But even when he was tier 2, Eren actually went vehicles, and then I didn't see much of like melter guns or anything like that for the Celestians, which kind of shocks me, to be honest. I felt like that would have been good against the Sentinels, but yeah, we didn't see any of it. And yeah, after Eren won the early game, or even like, I don't know, you could debate if it was slightly winning or whatever, but after that, he was just bunkering up, and there was no way for sisters to do anything about it. We just got more and more globals from Eren, and he is tier 4 at this point. Baneblade was soon to come, and this game was just over. So, yeah, Nameless, he's out, sadly. So, no more Sisters of Battle in this tournament. Instead, we have one IG player left. And, yeah, he's going to move on. He's going to meet Archigun. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so let's do a recap, guys, and let's get into the last 4 games of this one. Let's get the recap. Okay, guys, so here's a recap here. I'm not going to talk too much about these games because I already explained what happened in every single one of them. So I just want to talk about these 4 games here. So to wrap it up, we got Oblawa versus Alacrovan. I think this is going to be fire. I do think Oblawa is favored in this one because he looks really, really scary. He looks really solid. He looks really strong in general. However, I do think Alacrovan has definitely shown signs that he's a very strong player. I just don't think... I think Oblawa is... Bear in mind, I don't know Alacrovan. Like, he could be a really good player. I'm just judging on what I see. So he was very close to losing to Warp Games, obviously. He had a very tight run against Archigun. And Archigun doesn't look like he's the best player I've ever seen on planet Earth, right? So Alacrovan has had a lot of close games. I think he was very, very solid against Fiesta. But I just think Oblawa, the way he played against Bloody Monster, he could have very much won that whole series. And what he did against Destar was also really good. So I think Oblawa is favored in that one. Then we've got Romresis versus Forgotten. I think Romresis has looked a bit rusty, but I would be shocked if he lost Forgotten. That would be... Yeah, Forgotten is solid. Forgotten is really solid, but I don't think, like, he's won against Side. He's won against Bogig. I don't remember who he played up against initially, but yeah, I just don't see Forgotten. He's a really strong player on average in general, but against Romresis, I just don't see it. And then Deco versus then Superman. I do think Deco is definitely favored in that one. Then Superman has shown signs of being very scary, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Then Superman is definitely strong. But yeah, Deco should win that. Then we got Archigun versus Eren. Archigun looks good. Don't get me wrong. But the problem is he's going up against Erenbeast. So, man, we'll see. I think it's going to be Oblawa winning against Alacrovan. I'm not saying it's going to be Stomp or anything. I just think he wins. Romresis should win against Forgotten. Deco, in theory, should win against Superman. And then Erenbeast should win against Archigun. Let's see if we get any upsets, though. Because sometimes it happens in these best of ones that we will get some upsets. So let's get into it. Let's start with Oblawa versus Alacrovan. Let's get it, guys. Okay, guys, let's go. We got Alacrovan versus Oblawa. The map they're playing on is Quest Triumph. Honestly, I don't think this is a bad map for Chaos. If they want to go Raptors, Quest Triumph is pretty good. In general, Quest Triumph, and this is very much in general, this is kind of not the best Eldar map. 5 points is really good for most races, and Eldar can play on 4 points easily. So they give an opportunity to their opponent, and then the other thing is a lot of terrain, no jumping units for Eldar. There's a lot of things that I can say, but looks like Alacrovan is going for, or not looks like, I'm acting like this could be and this could not be. No, this is definitely Nate Cult. And looks like we'll get a turret rush here. Okay. And no capturing of anything right now. This looks really offensive by Alacrovan. It looks like you want to throw a Hail Mary. Oblawa is a really strong player. So just long story short, a Heretic, building a Chaos Armory, and then Plasma Generator, then going for 2 Heretics and a turret, and then going for 5 Cultists, it seems. Whereas on the right-hand side, we got Bone Singer, Aspect Portal, obviously Plasma Generator, 3 Guardians of Fleet of Foot, and then going instantly for Rangers. This looks like really offensive. Like, this is not good for Eldar. I normally don't like turret rushes because of the Brave Tomb, but we'll see here. I like this by Alacrovan. This is definitely a way you should play against a player like Oblawa. Super powerful player. Good play here by Alacrovan for sure. So yeah, Oblawa a little bit on the back foot. Rangers might not be the best way to go against this type of thing here that Alacrovan is doing. Okay, so now Alacrovan is being under attack here. But this turret is going to focus these Rangers here. They're going to take loads of damage, I think. Guardians are definitely going in here, but I'm not even sure if they can deal with these cultists in melee. Oh my gosh, so many Eldar units are dying here. Oh. Damn, so this listening post is going down, huh? I mean, the economy is not amazing for Alacrovan. Let's see here. It's plus 50 to plus 10. So he's going all in here. But Oblawa isn't good either. 56 to plus 10. So instead, we just have a straight-on bloodbath. This cultist squad is going down. Right? Yeah, it's going down. Yeah, Oblawa just tries to tie up these grenade launchers because otherwise they're going to be complete hell. Rangers are really good against the cultist, however. Pretty much one-shots them all. It's just this turret is really problematic for Oblawa, which is why he's trying to take this instead. I like this by Alacrovan. I really like it. This is what I want underdogs to do. Okay, loads of cultists is dying for sure. But Rangers are also paying a huge price here. Okay. And Alacrovan is slowly building up his economy for sure. 79 to plus 10. It's getting better and better. Meanwhile, Oblawa is stuck at 62. Well, stuck. He can still build this. But he lost this area. This is not good for him. This turret is doing so much right here. And this area got very easily controlled here by Alacrovan. So Oblawa can't even go for that. Looks like Oblawa wants to do a little bit of counterattack here. He might succeed. And these Rangers taking so much damage here. Almost another cultist wipe. Yeah, looks like Oblawa wants some more blood. This Ranger squad got completely obliterated. They're caught between two. Yeah, they're just gonna get completely grenaded to the death. Lots of cultists dying over here, but this is a complete wipe of the Rangers. Nicely done here by Alacrovan. This looks really good. Oblawa tried to tie up one of these guys with a Bone Singer, but the same fate is also being put on this Bone Singer like the Rangers. Bone Singer tries to jump in here and actually do something, but instead it just suicides. Oh my god, this does not look good for Oblawa whatsoever. It's so well played by Alacrovan. It's huge performance by him here. Nicely done here. I like the Dark Reapers here. We need some firepower here from Oblawa. But even the Dark Reapers have problems against these cultists here. 68 to plus 10 here for Alacrovan. Luckily for him, this build order here by Chaos is very, very cheap. For what it does, it's very, very cheap. Yeah, now we're getting listing post upgrades. This is not good for Oblawa. He's so deep, actually. He lost the whole Dark Reaper squad here. He's going all in. But this listing post is just going to do more and more damage to these Guardians in the long run. A lot of cultists is for sure dying. But look at all these Guardians. They're going to get completely destroyed here. And this turret is not going down anytime soon. All the Guardians just got completely obliterated. Oblawa is really, really in trouble. I'm not sure what his answer is anymore. It's too much. It's too brutal for him here. Alacrovan is going nuts. Completely nuts. Rangers being rebuilt here. I'm not gonna lie. I think Oblawa just lost the game. If he recovers this, he is just completely next level player if he does that. I don't know. Now Oblawa is starting to chat, and we know what that normally means. Oblawa is dead. He's out. Yeah. When you see these guys type, it usually means that the game is over. Damn. I feel bad for laughing in the end. Every single time I see people write in the chat, it usually means that some guy is complaining. Wow, that was... Yeah, that was good by Alacrovan. Nicely done. I mean, even though I think Oblawa was definitely favored in this one, I still think that Alacrovan is a really strong player. But he's starting to look real good to me now. Like, doing this against Oblawa was huge. I'm not sure if Oblawa saw this coming. I'm not sure if he did. I'm not sure. If he did, then I'm not sure if Rangers is the best way to go. Against this kind of turret rush. You need some damage to actually deal with this heavy bolter turret. And at least Dark Reapers can sort of do that. Whereas Rangers really deal no damage to this kind of turret, I think. I have a feeling that that might be wrong because of armor types and stuff. But in general, Rangers don't deal good damage to these kinds of buildings here. Yeah, and Alacrovan, he just kept on going. He just kept on going completely nuts. I think he played the early game really, really well. However, I will also say that it's very, very risky. Like, if Oblawa saw this coming, he would 100% have done... He would have been more out his base. He did go for 3 Guardians, to be honest, so... I do know why he went this opening, by the way. Like, 3 Guardians and Rangers, that is completely standard against Chaos. But I do think this turret rush is probably the counter to that opening. So yeah, nasty early game here from really, really nasty early game here from Alacrovan. Oblawa couldn't recover whatsoever. Like, there was no way for him to even do anything. Yeah, just too many mistakes, I think. And yeah, Alacrovan was just unstoppable. I'm kind of shocked Oblawa, like, in hindsight, I'm shocked that Oblawa, he went down. Oblawa is a super strong player. You don't just kick him out of a tournament like this. Yeah, really well played to Alacrovan. He moves on. Oblawa, he's out. I can't believe I just said that. Oblawa, he's out of the tournament. And yeah, Alacrovan, he keeps on going. Like, I really like this. I really like a Chaos player like this. Like, now that we've lost Scouty, We've lost Scouty. Now Alacrovan isn't he the only Chaos player that's left? I think so. So really good day for Chaos, even though Scouty lost to Dead Superman and went out, Alacrovan, he prevails. I like it. So okay, let's get to the other one and see what happens to that one. So well played to Alacrovan. He moves on. Still well played and respect to Oblawa, really strong player, but he's out of this tournament. Let's get the next one. I think it's Romresis versus Forgotten. So let's get it. Okay, guys, so let's get it. We get Forgotten versus Romresis on Tranquility's End. Okay. Normally I would say this is a really good Necron map, but we'll see. Romresis is a very strong Eldar player. He has shown signs of struggles, but Forgotten really needs to play well if he wants to move on here. Speaking of Forgotten, he starts on the bottom hand side and goes for all his scarabs. He goes in here early with a builder scarab. Maybe he's gonna do the Forgotten special and place a turret. We've seen it before. And Romresis, he starts on the top hand side. Nicely done. He goes for Bone Singer and 3 Guardians. I think that's the smart way to go. And then Fleet of Foot. Dark Reapers. Dark Reapers is really nice. He's not going Generator here. So he wants to do some really early push here. This Ghost Herd is going to be so annoying. The Forgotten special is real, guys. However, Romresis is now going to do this. This is the thing that happened to... Oh, I don't remember his name now. Yeah, I can't remember it. Where bloody... Oh, that was actually Oblawa. Where... Yeah. What happened was 2 Guardians wasn't enough. This 3rd Guardian gives you the opportunity to take one of the strategic points on the side of Forgotten. So even though this is lost for Romresis, he still can get this. So he's not losing too much. And that's why he also get these Dark Reapers to actually defend, so a decap will not happen. So well played on Romresis here. Also getting Fleet of Foot. It's really good. So Forgotten, let's see what he does here. So he's plus 20. He's about to be plus 30. Okay, he's getting his Necron Warriors here, and he's going for this one. Okay. Okay, looks like we actually get a decap anyway. Okay, nicely done. Wow, I'm actually kind of shocked by that. So, Romresis couldn't kill the Scarabs in time. It was very close. I think Romresis will go on the offense. However, Necrons is kind of ready for them. Or very close to being ready for them. Another Necron Warrior squad is very close to coming in here. Forgotten is already reinforcing the first one. Yeah, Romresis wants to be offensive here. He wants to do some early damage to Necrons. So, Romresis has secured 4 strategic points so far. It's a little bit behind in economy, more than he should be. But it's gonna be improved. He's idling with these Guardians. He shouldn't do that. Either get a critical location or whatever. Okay, he now tries to go for this one. I kind of like it. But the Necron Warriors are getting into it, so I don't think they'll do much. Oh, Romresis, don't do this. Okay, good. Yeah, he needs to get out of here, Romresis. Brave Tomb. Okay.
We are shaped by fate just as we shape it.
Yeah, the economy for Romresis is not the best. 68 to +0. That +0 might actually be very crucial. Gonna delay tech for sure. +60 to Forgotten, so his economy is not that good either. He is approaching the +70, but also a little bit delayed, of course. Romresis is trying to get both critical locations, one in the middle and one on the right-hand side. Not a lot of firepower here by Romresis, actually. Forgotten is definitely pushing him away here. I think he can take this listing post, to be honest. Summoning core now being built over here by Forgotten. Necrolord is now out. Farseer's on the way.
We are under enemy fire.
I know Romresis would normally have more Dark Reapers, but his economy is not the best. And nicely played here by Forgotten. I really like the way he plays. It's really good. I like players like this. Even though they're underdogs, they play their best and see if they can do something here. Romresis definitely needs to get out of here. Yeah, nicely done. Now Forgotten is going in on here. I really, really like it. It's really, really good. Farseer is coming in here.
From my sight.
Yeah, and Romresis needs some more army. He is getting that, however, that's good.
Victory countdown. has
Okay,
begun.
Ghost Herd is being built here. Probably to deal with these Bone Singers. Good Rave Tomb here to stop the Plate 1 production. Or at least delay it. Okay. Now Romresis has a really, really good army here. Okay, nice teleport in here by this Necrolord to tie up these Dark Reapers. Yeah, good kill. Two very, very low Dark Reapers in this squad. Nicely done here. Farseer is kinda isolated from the rest of the army. Good Plate 1 production here. Romresis is gonna try and get another Dark Reaper squad. He really, really needs some Dark Reapers. But he's population capped, actually.
We are taking
And that means he's still, like, his economy is still atrocious, by the way. 74 to plus 10. And Forgotten is just pushing.
What needs
Are we getting another upset, guys? It actually looks like it. It would be so crazy. Okay. Forgotten could easily just decap this. This would be really, really bad for Romresis.
from my sight?
Be really, really bad. However, 3 Dark Reapers is definitely in the mix here. Another Plasma Generator is being built. Loads of Necron warriors are dying here. But Farseer is very close. It's going to be a very close battle between her and the Necrolord. But instead, the Necrolord wins here. God damn, that is not good for Romresis. He's getting pressured so badly here by Forgotten. Forgotten is going to focus some of these Bone Singers for sure. Or just one of the Bone Singer. The Bone Singer is going to go down. Necrolord actually died to the Bone Singer. That's hilarious. Blade once again in here. This Plasma Generator is 100% going down. Romresis doesn't even get this. He's losing this. This looks so bad for Romresis. Necro Warrior upgrade is coming in. Or it is already here. And now Romresis might not be able to kill anything that Necrons throw at him. Even though he has 3 Dark Reaper squads. He's under so much pressure here. Plasma Generator is getting destroyed here potentially. By should. And Romresis' economy is atrocious. 62 to plus 10.
danger has found us.
Yeah, and Forgotten is even... come on. Romresis is under so much pressure in this one. These Guardians didn't do much over here either. God damn. This is so brutal for Romresis. I have no idea. Romresis has lost everything in terms of power. He's still 62 to plus 0. He's not even upgrading these listing posts, but I don't think he can afford it either. Forgotten has a way better economy than him, plus 70.
Danger has found us. We are taking damage.
Look at this enormous pressure on Romresis. He's trying his best to survive here, but he's gonna lose so many Dark Reapers. Brutal. This is so brutal here. Romresis is getting pushed away from his base. Meanwhile, his base is getting destroyed. Aspect Portal just went down. What an absolute nightmare. Romresis is desperately trying to get this Soul Shrine, but he's gonna 100% get... Yeah, he's gonna get... Yeah, he's gonna get cancelled over here. Now the Dark Reapers needs to get the hell back to their base. Their base is on fire. Soul Shrine will never get finished. More Plate once it's getting in here. Forgotten is playing so well. I have no idea. And Romresis starts the typing. And we know what that usually means. I think Romresis is calling it here. Yeah, Romresis leaves. Romresis leaves the game. I'm gonna fast forward because we know what that means. God damn. Okay. I try to be impartial normally in these kind of games, but this was hard not to get hyped. Forgotten takes the game. Who the fuck is like typing to me? Stop. Stop typing. Stop. Okay, good. This is hard. This is so hard. This is so good. Forgotten beats Romresis. I definitely, don't get me wrong, I definitely do think that Romresis reacted to this turret rush here a little bit late. Or not a little bit late, but I think, I just felt like his economy was never good in this game. And he didn't have enough of Dark Reapers because of that. And so he didn't have enough damage to actually deal with what Forgotten did. And the reason why he didn't do that, didn't have enough army, was because his economy wasn't that good. Maybe the generator, not building the generator, was not the call. Because the problem was he was stuck at listening posts. I don't know if the Farsia was actually good because he couldn't upgrade listening posts because of that. I'm not sure about any of this. I just, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think Forgotten played really solid. Like really, really solid. We can always like, it's the Forgotten special, guys. I'm sure you can easily counter this. I just don't. Yeah. Like, for this strategy that Forgotten pulled off here, I think this was his best shot, for sure. This was probably the best way to... This was probably the best way to play for Forgotten. I love this. I absolutely love every single thing about this. Forgotten, he went 0-6 in the World Championship, and I swear, guys, this is the Forgotten that this is the best Forgotten that I know. I think this was so solid. And to be honest, in hindsight, he kind of obliterated Romresis. I know Romresis had struggles, but come on. This is peak. This is so hype. God damn. Congratulations to Forgotten. He deserves every single thing that he just did here. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you, Forgotten, for doing your thing. You definitely deserved this one. Thank you for doing what you did. We had another upset, guys. And this upset is actually more crazy than the first one. I will definitely say that. So, well played to Forgotten. He moves on. Let's get the next one. Are we just gonna... Okay, so Deco is gonna lose this next one, or what? We gotta see. Let's get it. Deco versus then Superman. Let's go. Okay, guys. Now we got Deco versus then Superman. I think Deco is favored in this one, but we have had 2 upsets so far. So anything is possible here, guys. Let's go. So on the top hand side, we got then Superman playing his signature Necrons. He goes for all his scarabs. Yeah, he's just building his generators, just doing his thing. And then on the bottom hand side, we got Deco. He goes for 2 Guardians, Fleet of Foot, or Bone Singer 2 Guardians, Fleet of Foot. Obviously going for the Aspect Portal. I would assume a Plasma Generator, but we'll see. Yeah, he's going Plasma Generator. Okay. So yeah, the map they're playing on is Battle Marshes. I think this map seems to be pretty good for both races, especially Necrons. Well, I don't know. Like, in some matchups, obviously, it's not that great for Eldar. But that's another story. Right now, it's Necrons versus Eldar. Then Superman looks like he's just doing some normal stuff with all the scarabs. Yeah, so we get double Dark Reapers. No, we're not getting Dark Reaper. We're just getting 1, and then we're just delaying a little bit here, I guess. He wanted some economy to actually get this listening shrine, so that's why he canceled it. Gonna go all in here with these Dark Reapers on this side to make sure no Scarab is just going over here and decapping. Yeah, so nothing weird right now going on. Just the usual stuff. Deco should definitely win this one. I'm not, like, I would get shocked again, but I've gotten shocked 2 times in a row, so everything is possible here. Necron's getting besieged here. Deco is making a big push here. One of the strongest Eldar players we have in the world. And at this point, he was also very, very, very strong. The only reason why he's down here in the loser's bracket is because he probably met the strongest Tau player in the world. So, not going to be easy for Deco here to get too far into the tournament. But right now, he needs to go past someone like Den Superman. Superman, he's just killing. Nothing crazy happening. Deco is trying to not get too close, and then he actually ends up getting way too close here. Okay. Looks like then Superman tried to decap here, but it wasn't going to happen, I guess. Then Superman is trying to make a push. However, luckily for Deco, this heavy cover is definitely helping out here. So Deco hasn't thrown away a single unit yet. That's good. Good Rape Tomb here, stopping the Necrolord from getting out. I think a Summoning Core will get in here very, very soon here for Den Superman. He has the economy for it and stuff. Let's see here if Den Superman actually will go for a tier 1.5. That is a really, really good way to play against Eldar, because they don't have a tier 1.5 themselves. And Superman is actually engaging in here. I think he can win. Yeah. Good on Deco. Really, really, really good that he doesn't throw away his units for no reason. At least his Dark Reapers. He haven't lost a single Dark Reaper, I think. Nope, not a single one. He has 2 very low ones here, though. Good decap here by Den Superman, however. Looking at economy. Plus 60. Very, very close to being plus 70 here for Den Superman. Deco is 79 to plus 10. The reason why he didn't place the plasma generator, I didn't talk about this, one here or even close here, is because he wanted this listing shrine to actually defend this plasma generator for a Necron Lord. So that's good. However, loads of Dark Reapers dying here. That is not too good. Farsi is also into the mix here. That was really good by Dead Superman. He definitely has some opportunities here. This plasma generator also going down really, really good here for Den Superman. It's absolutely brutal. The only thing I will say about this map that's really, really good for Eldar is that Wraith Tomb is heaven here. This is going to be very, very tough for someone like Den Superman if we just get Wraith Tomb spam. We're already seeing some of it, right? Like, these Bone Singers are already in this mix here. So the 7th generator is coming in here for Den Superman and the Necron Warrior upgrade. Okay. That means he's not going tier 2 anytime soon. He wants to have good economy while still being kind of offensive here. Maybe go for the plate 1 spam. We're gonna see. There is a lot of Dark Reapers here, and Deco is going tier 2. I was about to say he will have problems going tier 2, but obviously he does it anyway. I just think if you lose 1 generator, it can be a little hard to tech. His economy is not too good when he gets into tier 2. However, loads of Necron Warriors definitely took a lot of damage. He teleported back with one of them. Wait, did he lose a whole squad? I didn't even notice. That's really... Oh, okay, good. I was about to say that would be ridiculous if he did that. Okay, finally tier 2 coming in for Den Superman, but we're getting a Rape Tomb here. This is going to be so annoying.
Incoming enemy fire.
Ghost Herd getting into the mix here. Tier 2 coming in here for Den Superman, so he's not going for the plate 1 spam. That's I think that is the smart approach here. Tier 2 coming in here for deco. His economy is kind of, yeah, it's not that good. 74 to plus 10 is not that good at all. But regardless, he is tier 2. And look at that Superman. He is stuck at tier 2. He's going to try and make a push over here. Ah, this is brutal. This is so brutal here. Deco is kind of clean here, I'm not going to lie. Brave is getting in here, but it's unupgraded. Just perma Wraith Tomb here. It's so annoying for Den Superman. Howling Banshees are out here. That's good. Yeah, huge pressure here. This Ghost Turret is probably going to get down, but another Wraith Tomb is getting in here. Now Deco has to leave because Dead Superman teleported back. Then Superman is going to go in here, try and see if he can get a decap. Deco's economy is horrible, 68 to plus 10. But apparently he doesn't give much of a damn. He is, however, losing a lot of units here. Mostly Guardians, though. Another Wraith Tomb. What am I watching, by the way? This is so disgusting to watch. Yeah, Necrolord is going to take so much damage. He's going to go down here. Oh, I don't know. This is so horrible. Oh, this is brutal. This is so brutal.
We are taking damage.
62 to plus 10. I have no idea why Deco is like... Oh my god. One generator is going down. Psychic Storm is being dropped here on Den Superman. This is... Oh, this is brutal. Blade One's gonna jump in here. Necrons are gonna take so much damage here. Okay, so I guess that Superman is tier 2, but I don't know, man. I think it's too late. Oh my god, another Wraith Tomb. This is... Yep. Eldar is definitely balanced, guys. Oh my god. That Superman literally can't, like, he literally can't use his economy for, like, production here. So he's just using it on, like, reinforcements and shit. Nah. That Superman even took this. Oh.
We are under enemy fire.
I did say it, guys, that the Wraith Tomb on this map for Eldar is just so... Yeah. Nah. It's so disgusting. This is so bad. Yep, support platform, of course. Of course, we're getting support platform right on top of the base of Necrons. I don't think we'll get an upset in this one, guys. That Superman, he's under brutal pressure. He can't do anything. The optics are too strong for Deco. This is an absolute slaughter. This D-cannon would get another Wraith Tomb. Wraith Tomb is BS. I am sorry. It is BS. This needs to be nerfed instantly. It needs to be nerfed on the spot. I don't care. It's too much. It's so broken. Yeah. If then Superman is like, I hate Wraith Tomb, then I understand. He has every right to complain here. Oh my god, this is so disgusting. Eldar had... Wow, even now, he's plus 80 to plus 10. He had some of the most disgusting, what the hell am I watching, trash can eco. And it didn't matter. All he had to do is get some Bone Singers. What do they cost? Like, less than 50 requisition or something. He can just spam them. And, you know, at some point, he just teleports in. When they get their teleports. And then he Wraith Tombs. Yeah, this is disgusting. I have nothing else to say. I think, well, in hindsight, I think then Superman should have gotten another map because it's so easy to just build a Bone Singer, make it ready, jump instantly over, and just break tomb. It's so easy for Eldar in this matchup. In hindsight, I think this map should have been something different. Like, it's almost like I would have gotten another map, maybe except for Outer Reaches. And yeah, the more I think about it, the harder it gets. Maybe the Necron maps aren't so good against Eldar specifically. Because normally this is a decent Necron map, actually. Yeah, whatever. Necron's lost. Then Superman is out. Deco moves on. I feel like this is... Deco has definitely deserved all the wins he's gotten, but this one was a little filthy. I'm not gonna lie. Well played to Deco. He moves on. Then Superman is sadly out. Let's get into the last one, guys. Erenbeast versus Archigun. Let's get it. All right, guys. This is going to be the last one. Archigun versus Erenbeast. Again, I am very sure Erenbeast will take this one, but we have seen some crazy stuff so far, so we'll see. On the right-hand side, we got Archigun playing as orcs. 2 Slugger Boys and a Gretchen will probably go for the Boys Hut, and a Generator shoot the boys into the Big Mech. And on the right, yeah, okay. And on the left-hand side, we got Erenbeast. I'm already a little surprised. Round is full of Eldars, so we're both dead anyways. Yeah, so he goes for Guardsman, Tech Priest, and then a second Guardsman. I believe in you. Good on you, Archigun. Yeah, so Commissar getting in here to kind of just... Yeah, we just saw it last game, so I'm not gonna lie. That is not wrong. He's not wrong. So yeah, standard opening here for Eren. I'm not sure. Maybe 3 Guardsmen would be better here, but obviously I'm not gonna go too much into it. I am pretty I'm pretty sure that Eren, he knows what the hell he's doing, so I'm not gonna question that too much. Good capture here by Archigun.
Fear ensures loyalty. Where do you need skin spotted?
Big Meg is getting in here, so complete standard build order for both players. I do think Orcs is having a really good time on this map in general, because they can take the map very, very easily because of the cap speed from Orcs here. Yeah, so Eren is getting up here. He wants to secure this area with the Commissar and the Guardsman. Meanwhile, he's putting pressure here on Orcs. But the pressure is done because Big Mech is getting in here. However, we are getting a Psyker, so that's pretty good. Psyker obviously really good against the Big Mech. Okay, Archigun is going to put some pressure. We might get a turret here. That's why the Tech Priest are in here. Good damage on the Big Mech here. Kind of awkward position here for Archigun because this is heavy cover. Interesting heavy bolter turret. This might actually secure Eren something. His economy is plus 50 to plus 10, not the best. Archigun is 62 to plus 10, so not much better, to be honest. But it is going to improve. He's upgrading 2 listing posts at this point. Okay, Eren's actually taking some damage here. His priest went down. Okay. He's trying to cap this to get some economy. Eren's economy is not that good. Plus 50 to plus 10. Yeah, so he needs this. But he got his heavy bolter turret up, so that's good. Gonna put some pressure over here. Nicely done here by Eren. I don't think he'll stop this cap, though. No, especially not now. Good on Archigun. He gets in here. No priest for Eren, so he's kind of in trouble here, to be honest. Yeah. The commander went down. Okay. Not bad for Archigun. Definitely not. Let's see here. Archigun is plus 86 to plus 10, but he's kind of stuck on that now. Well, he's going to improve it a little bit here. However, he is getting some war banners. Yeah, and Eren is still kind of 68 to plus 10. Not too convincing so far by Eren. I know Eren has said that this matchup is not a fun matchup. I know most IG players say it's not fun. But it's funny, every single time I talk with Orc players, there's like, I really don't like IG and stuff, so... I hate IG, in fact. That's what Orc players normally say. Okay, Guardsmen are gonna take some damage here. Let's see here. Are we getting polygons? We are getting polygons. Let's see here. Ooh, Archigun is getting in here. He's doing a little bit of a cheeky flank here. I think he can decap this, no joke. Oh, is it decapping? Oh, he's going all in here. I like it. Stone Boys are in here. Shooter Boys teleported in. Okay, this is brutal. This is really, really brutal. Nicely done here. Oh, I like that by Archigun. I really, really like that. Stone Boys are in the mix. This is really, really brutal. Yeah, Tech Priest is gonna die for sure. Really, really good play here. Let's see where the command squad is. He's desperately getting back here. Nicely done here. Good decap. The Stone Boys are going to join the fray now. Also using this light cover. That's really, really good. Heavy boy armor is also getting in. Yeah, losing the relic like this. Eren is plus 86 to plus 20. Another Stone Boys. This is relentless from Archigun. He's going in here. Massive pressure here on Erenbeast. I like it. 98 to plus 10. That is so good here. Archigun has a stable economy. Is teching at a good rate. While still putting a lot of pressure here. Let's see here. Are we getting... Okay, we are getting grenades. So no tier 2 from Erenbeast. He's forced to go for the tactical control and grenades here. He wants to handle this pressure here from Archigun, but Archigun is relentless. Nicely done here. Archigun jumps in, absolutely murders these guardsmen. The whole thing gets wiped potentially. Massive performance here by Archigun. He doesn't care about favoritism here. He plays like he's not playing against Erenbeast, that for sure. His economy keeps getting better and better. 110 to plus 10. Meanwhile, Eren is just bleeding economy here.
6 minutes until taking hold victory.
I don't see the play here from Eren. I think he's such a bad spot. Really, really good performance here by Archigun. He needs to be careful that he doesn't lose too much against the command squad here. But the command squad is definitely taking a beating as well. But the guardsmen, on the other hand, are just dying left and right. Huge. Absolutely ginormous performance here. Some orcs are definitely dying, but it gets even worse for Eren because his economy is less and less good. Archigun jumps in again. He wants some more blood. Command squad is very, very low. It's only the priest that's kind of left. The commander is almost dead here at this point. Stone Boys are so brutal here. Yeah, the command squad is gone. Eren is bleeding really, really badly. And look at this. Archigun is tier 2 at this point. Is he going vehicles? No, he's not going vehicles. He doesn't have to go vehicles, honestly. He can just double or triple down on whatever he's doing right now, which is beating Erenbeast to pieces at this point. This is really well played by Archigun. This is the best I've seen him play in this whole tournament. And he's been playing really good in this tournament, but this is different, dude. Yeah, he keeps on going. Eren is under so much pressure here. Yeah, and Eren is not even close to tier 2. He's not even touching tier 2. But he can't afford it. Like, he's 68 to plus 30. I have no idea. I think this is gone, dude. Are we gonna get another upset?
Thank you, machine spirit, for our safe.
I think we are, guys. I have seen Eren get the weirdest comebacks I've ever seen in my life. So I'm not selling it yet, but this looks really good for Archigun. And Archie is now going to go up here. Okay, interesting teleport over here. Yeah, now getting the ops. This is really good. More darker research coming in for Archigun.
3 minutes until taken hold.
Oh, by the way, I didn't even talk about that, but Archigun even has the taken hold. Yeah. Archigun doesn't stop. He just doesn't stop. He keeps on bullying Erenbeast here. And his economy is just double, almost double what Eren has. I'm over exaggerating. It's not double, but you know what I mean. It's way better. Eren is desperately going tier 2, but I don't know if he can survive this. Look how relentless Archigun is. I absolutely adore this.
Thank you, machine spirit, for our safe arrival.
This is the cleanest stuff I've ever seen from Archigun, I think. This makes me question if I'm just like completely not knowing these players at all. Archigun looks so solid to me right now. Guardsmen are just dying left and right. Erenbeast is at his absolute last 2 legs, and one of them is already cut off at this point. I don't know what the hell I just said, but one thing I know is that Erenbeast just said GG, the game is over.
They cannot withstand us.
Holy. I'm so happy that we get all these upsets. We have gotten so many upsets. I'm not gonna say much about this. I just think Archigun was so clean. He was absolutely relentless. I loved every single second of this game. Really, really well played here. I think Archigun deserves every single praise that you can give him. He was so clean, especially when he went in here. I just think that was such a good play. He used the terrain really well with the Storm Boys and the teleport from Big Mick. But other than that, guys, I don't want to go into it. I'm just so happy that we got some of the most exciting games in this tournament so far. I think this has been absolute fire. Well played to Archigun. He moves on, and Erenbeast is out of this tournament. Listen to what I say. Erenbeast just got... Nah, that is crazy to me. Yeah, this makes me question if I just don't understand who these players are. I don't know every single player, guys, but this was really strong performance by Archigun. Really, really well played. So, yeah, GG to Archigun. Erenbeast is out. Archigun moves on. Guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I see you in another one. Have a good one.